It is time to rise above and play some Rejoice Christian Eagles State Championship football as the Eagles have made it back here to UCO, vying for their second state championship in as many years, having won it in 2024. And as the reigning Class A1 state champion, and with a target on their back all year long, they get a chance tonight to continue to add to that historic win last year and doing something that only a few teams have ever been able to do, and that is to repeat as state champions. We're going to take a break here for the national anthem. All right, nice job there. As we were saying, they get to do something that not very many teams get to do and repeat as state champion. Good evening and welcome, everyone. I'm Bill Bush, joined by my wingman, Mark Kirk, and we are coming to you live from Chad Richison Stadium on the campus of the University of Central Oklahoma in Edmond, Oklahoma. Mark, it's been an incredible 362 days as the Eagles won it all last year after in a blowout fashion, a game that going into it no one was picking the Eagles. They were saying the Eagles are too small and that we're not going to be able to, we're going to get run over by a very good Hooker Bulldog team, a very big Hooker Bulldog team. And all the pundits have picked Hooker, or actually they've all picked the Buccaneers, every one of those except those of us around the Rejoice program. We believed, actually, they all picked Hooker last year, and then, but they, the Rejoice program, they had their mantra last year is believed, and in the end, it wasn't even close.
Exactly. They get their opportunity to have a say in that as well.
Yeah, because the Eagles came home with the go ball, and it's no different this year as we look at the captains for the Eagles coming out on the field, waiting for the captains for the Buccaneers from Tonkawa to come out, but it's no different this year. The Eagles are going up against a very good Tonkawa team. The Buccaneers are picked by all of the pundits to be the ones wearing those state championship hats after the final horn of tonight's game. Tonkawa overall is bigger. They're stronger. They're fast. They've got better scores against common opponents. So on paper, according to the pundits, they should win the game. However, as you are very fond of saying, Mark, the game is not played on paper.
Absolutely not. And again, there's a lot of it has to do with what's between the ears and also what's in the chest. And I can promise you, Rejoice has got a lot of heart, and they understand this game. And they're playing great ball. They're coming into this at the top of their game. It'll be a great opportunity for them to showcase that tonight.
So we do see the captains from Tonkawa to come out. Captains for Rejoice. Going from your right to your left is going to be Zizi Okufuluezi. Next to him is Cade Schaefer. Next to him is that tailback that will just refuse to go down, Noah Goodwin. And then, of course, on the very left side is Neil Lieber with, looks like, well, they just turned sideways, and we'll see who that is down here. Looks like the rise above, Jeremiah Tate is wearing that number 20 down there, as he was the rise above player from last week, earning that jersey for tonight as the teams meet out in midfield. Both teams come in.
Okay, guys. First thing we want is good sportsmanship tonight, okay? You're the visiting team. OA is going to be heads. It's going to be tails. Okay? Heads, tails. Call it what's in the air. Tonkawa is one. Defer.
So Tonkawa has won the toss.
Which end do you want to kick from?
And has deferred.
Turn your backs that way. Turn your backs that way.
So it looks like the Eagles will receive.
Rejoice to receive on this end.
And they'll be receiving on the south end. This field runs north and south. So the Eagles, they will defend the south end zone to start off the first quarter, with Tonkawa kicking off from the north end of the field. Both teams, as I said, they come into tonight's game with identical 12-1 records. Rejoice's only loss coming at the hands of 3A Cassia Hall, while Tonkawa's lost earlier this season to 2A Stroud. So both teams won their respective districts by going undefeated with records of 7-0. Tonkawa advanced to the championship game with a 37-12 victory last week over Pecola. And the Eagles, they advanced to tonight's championship game by beating Pawhuska last week 42-34. And we take a quick look at those stats from last week. Our Jersey Mike's co-offensive player of the game, Camion Compton-Nero, was 9 of 13 for 230 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. And then he also rushed for 38 yards and a touchdown. Receiving, it was our other Jersey Mike's co-offensive player of the game with 4 catches and 93 yards, and that would be Zizi Okufluezi. And he also had a touchdown and an 83-yard kickoff return for a TD. Hope Wilson, 3 catches, 99 yards, and a touchdown. And Neil Lieber with 2 catches, 38 yards, and that outstanding TD catch where he wrestled away the ball from the defender against Pawhuska with that all-important touchdown in that game. Rushing, Noah Goodwin, 16 rushes for 105 yards and a touchdown. Most of those in the second half as the line started taking care of things because they got bottled up in the first half. Camion, like we said, had those 11 rushes for 38 yards and a touchdown. On the defensive side, you had our Jersey Mike's co-defensive player of the game, Tristan White, with a great night. Had 14 tackles, 9 solos, 3 tackles for loss, and a fumble recovery, and a pass breakup. Our other Jersey Mike's co-offensive player of the game, Cade Schaefer, also with a big night, as normal. Also had 14 tackles, 12 solo, and a sack. And then, of course, Jeremiah Tate, our Rise Above player tonight. Big night with 9 tackles, 5 solo, and a really key, timely sack in that game. Luke Kirkpatrick, 9 tackles, 4 solo. Max Eichmann, 10 tackles with 1 solo and 9 assists. Camion Compton-Nero, 8 tackles, 7 solo, and a tackle for a loss. Holt Wilson, 4 tackles, 3 solo, 2 interceptions. Neil Lieber with 6 tackles, 4 solo, and that huge fumble recovery. Actually, Holt didn't have 2 interceptions. That's a misprint. Luke Schaefer, though, with 7 tackles, 3 solo, and then ZZ with 4 tackles. It's time now for Kirk's Keys portion of the game. Mark, the time has come. No more next week. As tough as Pawhuska was last week, we're taking yet another step up in competition. 1 versus 2, depending on what side of the state you live on. It could be one us or it could be Tonkawa. But nevertheless, the 2 best teams left standing are Tonkawa and Rejoice. We're going up against a team that has several skilled players, and according to Tulsa World article, the key players for Tonkawa are running back Lucas Keith, who has rushed for 1,139 yards and 16 touchdowns. Then you have running back, defensive back Weston Freeman. He's got a combined 1,070 rushing receiving yards and 14 touchdowns. Linebacker Case Totfest leads the defense with 125 tackles, and that right there is what they've got coming after us. And so, Mark, that being the case, we're going to see probably, no doubt, the best team we've seen, and I'll put them better than even Cassia Hall because we didn't play our best game in that game. But we're going to see the best team we have played this year with great talent. They're fast, they're big, they're strong. And so what is it going to take for the Eagles to beat this talented Buccaneer squad and take home the gold ball for the second year in a row?
Absolutely, and that's as it should be. This should be the best team we've seen all year long. I mean, that's what the state finals are all about, right? And for us, the Eagles have just been playing such great ball. for the last several games. They just continue to get better and better and better. On the offensive side, they just need to do what they keep on doing. I don't think anybody can keep us from scoring. We're going to continue, as long as we take care of the ball, move down the field, we're going to score. On the defensive side, let's stop the run. I think that's going to be what they're going to.
That's going to be key.
That's going to be key, exactly. Again, stop the run, beat them to a passing situation. Then let's see what our pass rush can do. And of course, we got some outstanding people in the secondary. So I think that's about it. Games like this, it's super important to take care of the ball and don't get any silly, especially pre-snap penalties.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, got to limit our penalties. It was a fairly clean game last week. I think both teams, they were in their 50s as far as, 55 yards for penalties last week. So a very well-played game. And if you're wondering what that sound is, folks, we're at the championship game. If you didn't get to see last year's championship game, well, let's let you. You're not tuning into an English soccer match. This is a American football game here in Edmond, Oklahoma, as the 12th man and the Eagles fans have their horns out, and that just that's got to be so annoying, and that's awesome to be annoying because, and not only that, it's so loud that, it could disrupt that team on the other side down there at the good times during the game, at just the right time. So they do a great job. Amy Nichols and her team down there, the 12th man, they're out handing out horns.
They were down here early. Yeah, they were down here early.
Yeah, we thought we were here early. We walk in at 5:20. They're already in the stands, saving their seats, getting their horns ready, and boy, they are ready to go. And I think the Eagles are ready to go. They had a great week of practice this week, according to Coach Marley. No injuries going into this game, which is huge. Very much. I mean, last year, even though the Eagles won it, you had Cale.
We still had injuries.
He wasn't at 100%.
Exactly.
I mean, but still had a whale of a game. Here we are now, and we're in a game that is absolutely, everybody looks like they are healthy. Now, I will say that, according to reports, Camion was not feeling well this morning as he had a little stomach bug going on. And so, hopefully he's not feeling weak. And they got some IVs in him early this morning because he did have some trips to the restroom and just had a little bit of a nausea. So hopefully he's got all those fluids in. He's got the meds that he needed. They said, I talked to his dad before the game, and he said, he doesn't feel just on top of the world 100%, but he feels really good. So hopefully Cam, it was suggested, well, one of the cures for that here early is to get hit. And so, we'll see if that is the case. As again, like I say, the Eagles, they'll be receiving the opening kickoff here tonight for this Class A1 2025 state championship game. The Eagles looking to repeat as they won it all last year, and they're hungry for another one this year, trying to repeat as champions, do something that not very many teams get the opportunity to do. A lot of teams don't even get a chance, Mark, to do this once.
Ever, exactly.
And here the Eagles, on their first trip last year, they came away with the ball, that gold ball, not the silver. We don't like that color silver near as much as we do gold. We like gold. And so we'll hopefully, and that'll match, that'll be nice because it'll match their helmets as the Eagles. Actually, they're wearing the black. They're in the all black uniforms. Love those black uniforms. Black helmets, black pants, black jerseys as the ball is taken back. Looks like it's that Luke Schaefer, and he's got Alex Jorman. He's got a room. He's at the 30. He's at the 40. He could go all the way. He's at the 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Rejoice, Christian Eagles. 92-yard score, kickoff return. Go ahead and kick it off to us again because Alex Jorman, folks, we've told you about Alex before. If he gets in the open, you're not going to catch him. Great return, but that was set up by outstanding blocking.
Wonderful. They just set up a perfect line across there. He went through past his blockers. Everybody held their block perfectly. Nobody had any blocks in the back. No holds. It was great.
What a way to open up this championship game. We're a full 15 seconds into the game, and the Eagles are going to try to see if they can go up 7-0 here early. Man, what a run by Alex Jorman as Duncan Andrus waits for the snap and the hold. The snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is up.
Ooh, they got blocked.
And it is no good. But the Eagles, just like that, come out on fire with a great return by Alex Jorman that turned on the Jets and scores on the opening kickoff, and the Eagles lead 6-0. This timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller.
State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller are proud Rejoice Eagles supporters. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, life, visit State Farm agent Casey Miller in Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Call your hometown insurance agent Casey Miller today at 918-419-0663.
And as we said, our Rise Above recipient for all his work last week in the game and his practice this week and just his attitude is Jeremiah Tate. Now, our Rise Above sponsor is Torch Services. Torch Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is an Owasso-based family-owned business specializing in heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services. Your trusted partner for Owasso HVAC and plumbing solutions. Give them a call at 918-358-6724 or check them out at torchservices.com. And the Eagles preparing to kick it off. They're in that split formation where you have 5 players on each side of the field, and they'll come running into the center as Duncan waits for the go ahead and kick it. Signal from the white hat. And as he approaching the ball, well, actually got blown off the
it's
tee.
A little bit of wind, a little bit of south wind.
His goal about 3 to 4 weeks ago said he'd like to get to 65. Every time he hits one into the end zone, he just pads his record. And he's thinking, well, if I get to 65, I don't think that ever could be broken. That's a lot of touchbacks as he's got it teed back up and approaches the ball, kicks this one deep. There's number 63, folks. And it is out of the back of the end zone. It wasn't even close. It almost hit the athletic facility at the north end down here in the air. So that will force the Buccaneers to start out at their own 20-yard line. Buccaneers in their white jerseys with orange lettering and black pants. And like I say, the Eagles in all black with their gold numbers and black helmets as Tonka will now get set as they are under center. The quarterback's under center. Just going to try to go up the middle. Just nothing doing there.
No go there.
As he gets maybe a yard. They'll give him 2, so it'll be 2nd down and 8, the ball on the 22-yard line. As we'll try to get the number 4. They use a couple of different guys out there for their quarterback.
And I think that was Alexander that time was under center.
Okay, yeah, they've got different guys taking the snap. Yeah, that was Alexander. We'll see now who's back. Is that Huey in the shotgun formation? Can't really tell. You've got a
different guy there.
Gives it to the man in the slot, and he's going around left side, and he's open out in the open, and he is taken off, and now he's out at the 40 to see if he can be caught. He's going to be close, and Camion finally pulls him down, but that is about an 80-yard run, actually an 88-yard run. We'll see. He went from the 22. They're going to mark him down at the 8. So 2 big plays here early, one by each team as they are 74-yard run as, again, taken out of bounds, touchdown-saving tackle by Camion as they'll set up with twins out here to the right, gives off to the tailback. He's around the right side, busts loose, able to drag him down. Looks like that was – we'll see who that was on the tackle.
Luke Schaefer.
Luke Schaefer on the tackle. Brings up a 2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line. See if that defense can tighten up here. They're great on goal line stands. Twins to the top of your screen, or to the top of the line, out to the left. Hands off. No, he fakes the handoff, goes to the right. Right there in the backfield, taking him down, but at the line. Is that Cade?
I think it was Cade
That's
Schaefer.
Cade Schaefer.
That time, got him behind the line.
Able to get him. I think they gave him right to the line, so it's going to be 3rd down and about 3.5. Ball just outside the 2-yard line, in between the 2 and the 3-yard line. Big third down here as that Rejoice crowd gets loud. You got two men in the slots now, left and right.
Man, Tonkawa is packing a bunch of folks in the box.
Underneath the center is the quarterback. Takes it, hands off to the man,
Good
and he is
stop.
stopped right there at the line of scrimmage again. And it's going to be 4th and goal from the 1. This staunchy goal line defense, I tell you what, that is one of the huge improvements this year is that defense, when it gets down to the goal line, they just stiffen up. Big 4th down, 4th and goal from the 1. And we'll see what they set up here. They got that tight bunch formation on the left-hand side as quarterback is in the he's going to go around the right. He's going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and he didn't make it as the defense is held. The defense has held. They got down to the 1 yard line, and we're going the other way.
As Max Eichmann came across
Max
there.
Eichmann coming out and making the tackle. The defense will have a 1st and 10 at their own 4 yard line. What a goal line stand after that long 74-yard run. And the defense just bows their neck and says, not yet. Not yet, as we'll have trips in the tight end bunch set on the right side of the line. Now they'll shift, and now you're going to have 2 wideouts down here on the right, single wideout up on top of your screen. And now Camion sets in the gun. He's standing right on his own goal line. Still a lot of time left in the game. Their first quarter, 9:17, has a snap. Looking to pass. He's going to have it over the middle. He's got his man out there. Neil Lieber with a catch, a hard hit, but he holds on, and enough for a first. Bank of Owasso, 1st down.
Man, Cam had to get that ball out quickly. They were setting up. They brought a lot of pressure that time. If they're going to bring pressure, those crossing routes in the middle are going to work
And just a perfect toss, too, Mark, because he was covered. Twins left and right of the line. Cam in the backfield, hands it off to Noah as he joined him back there in the backfield. Picks up about, we'll call it 2. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. Ball moves out to the 17, 18-yard line. They'll have 2nd 8 in there. You're going to have trips on the bottom left of the line, single wide out on top in ZZ. Noah joins. There's 5 more. So now it's only going to be 2nd and 3 as we pick it up via the penalty.
Dead ball. Offsides, defense. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Looked like they had a blitz line dialed up, and just a little too anxious as Cam does that clap and cadence. So it'll be 2nd down and 2. Ball moves out to the 24-yard line. Same setup. You're going to have twins left and right of the line. Now you're going to have a man in motion in Holt Wilson. Hands it off to Noah. Noah's out to the right. He's got the 1st down to Morris. He's out past the 35, about the 40. Brought down just inside the 40 at the 39-yard line. First Bank of Owasso, 1st down for the Eagles as they have moved it out of the shadow of their goalpost and right up the field of it, 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. Great run.
Great blocking on the right-hand side of the line, too, to get an opening for Noah to take advantage of.
So you got twins left and right of your screen, or left and right of your line. And then you have Noah joining Cameo on the backfield. Man of motion is Neil Lieber. He goes over now. You got trips set up on the right. He comes back around this way, gives it off to Noah again. Noah's got a little bit of room. He's going to pick up another 8 yards as he gets it out past the 45 to the 47-yard line. Brings up a 2nd down and 2 as Noah just.
I was thinking it was Aaron Jacobs. He's got in his hip pocket and followed him.
Yeah, that's the guy you want to follow. He can create some room.
Clear the path.
2nd and 2 for the Eagles. Twins to the right of the screen. Single wide out on the bottom. Man in motion is Neil. Hands it off. No, he just, hands it off to Noah. Picks up another First Bank of Owasso. It looks like, we'll see where they spot it. Looks like it's going to be enough for a 1st down. They're going to say he's just shy. I think you've got to have a measurement on that, don't you?
Yeah, he keeps moving it.
Yeah, we need that. We're going to have a timeout for a measurement. I was going to say, I'm not sure how you don't either call that a 1st down or you put it inches without a measurement. Calls it a 1st down. First Bank of Owasso, 1st down as Noah Goodwin pounds over the right side again, able to pick up the 1st down. So it's going to be 1st and 10. Ball just on the Eagle side of the 50, just outside the 49-yard line. 6:59 remaining in the 1st quarter. Twins to the left and right of your screen. Camion in the gun, joined back there by Noah Goodwin as he waits for the snap.
They're doubling up on ZZ over there, too. So which is going to leave somebody open.
Yep, absolutely. And we got a timeout for the Eagles. This timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance.
Timeout.
And
Rejoice Christian. First of the half.
Casey Miller.
Eagles fans, make sure to stop by Billy Sims Barbecue for that pregame tailgate celebration. Whether you're gearing up for the big game or just hungry for delicious barbecue, be sure to visit our Eagles football sponsor, Billy Sims Barbecue, at 12416 East 86th Street North in Owasso.
And for First Bank of Owasso, for over 60 years, has served Owasso with integrity, caring, and excellence, and are proud supporters of Rejoice Eagles Athletics. First Bank of Owasso, the bank you can believe in.
And this is a great drive.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I mean, great stop, great defensive stop. And, I mean, they got right back into the game. You're thinking, okay,
that's run.
You gave up the opening kickoff for a touchdown. They turned right around, got a 74-yard run, and had it inside the 10-yard line. And the Eagles were able to stop them on 4th and goal from the 1, and on a tackle for loss. I think you said it was Max Eichmann on the tackle for loss, and have driven from their own 4 all the way out to their own 49-yard line. Here we go. Signal for in play. Now you got another timeout. We'll see.
It's a fake timeout.
So now you're going to have trips or quads. Now you're going to shift, and Noah's going to go and join Camion in the backfield. You're going to have trips to the right side of your line, far out to the right, and Hope Wilson down here on your left. Hands it off to Noah again. He bangs it up the middle, and he gets over 50 down. He's into Buccaneer territory for another First Bank of Owasso first down as Mark just kept driving those legs, picked up about 11 yards, got down to the Buccaneer 40 where the Eagles will have a 1st and 10 there.
You know what still looks good about that? Yeah, Noah's driving that ball down there, but he's got offensive linemen in front of him just basically clearing the way, and he's just following them along.
Yeah, and they're doing a great job of leading the way. You're going to have quads this time out to the right side of your screen. Hope Wilson, your single wide out down to the left side of the line. As empty backfield this time for Camion, has a snap looking to his left over here to Holtz. Got him out there inside the 40. Now he's down inside the 30. Great move. He's moving again. He's down inside the 25. And another First Bank of Owasso first down as Hope Wilson takes it out in the flat. And you just got through saying, Mark, those flats are open. And so he moves that down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line where they'll have a 1st and 10 there. Going quickly, Neil Ebert in motion, hands off again to Noah. This time he's met in the backfield, but he bounces off and unable to get back to the line of scrimmage. So it will be they'll say he got right back
to the line.
Man, he was hit in the backfield hard.
Yep.
But he was able to drive and get back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 10, no gain on the play. But just some hard-nosed running by Noah. You're going to have trips out to the right side of the line, single wide out in the bottom by Hope Wilson, back to pass. No, he hands it off again to Noah. Noah picks up about 3 this time, about 3. We'll call it 2, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. He got the ball down inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line. They've got to get to just on the other side of the 15, about the 14 and a half, and we'll call it the 14 for a first down. 3rd and 8. Trips down to the left side of your line, single wide out to the right side. As that time they didn't jump. Noah ends in the backfield with Camion, who is back in the gun, getting the signals from the sideline. Now Noah will shift to Camion's right, and he waits for the snap. Has the snap rolling to his right, and he's going to take off and run himself. He's at the 20. He's down inside the 20. Going to be short of 1st yard line to gain. As they were able, looked like he had it open, but he's down to about the 17, is where they're setting it up. So decision time here, as it's going to be 4th and 3 for the Eagles. Ball at the 22-yard line. We know we've got a kicker, but there's a lot of swirling wind down there, Mark. Wasn't supposed to be windy tonight, but that wind's blowing pretty good.
Blowing pretty good. I kind of down in a hole here, but there's still a lot of wind if you get up.
Yeah, you look at the flag down here, and then when it hits the athletic facility, it just makes that wind swirl. So it's going to be a single wide out to the left of your screen. Now they're going to switch. Now they've got the tight end bunch set. Trips down there. Fakes the handoff, and they grabbed him. He had an opening, but they're able to stop it on 4th down. Camion picked up only 1. He needed 3, so a turnover on downs. But they drove from their own 4 all the way to the Buccaneer 16-yard line, where the Buccaneers will have it at their 1st and 10, as now the defense, they'll have to do their job and see if they can get the ball back to the offense. It was a great drive, but the defense for the Buccaneers stiffened up and was able to limit the Eagles to 2 less than what they needed. He got a handoff there, and he's met right there at the line of scrimmage, but he's able to pick up about 4 on the play. We'll call it 5 on the play, where it'll be 2nd down and 5, ball outside the 20 to the 20 or to the 21-yard line. Buccaneers on their own 21.
Tonkawa's doing a good job with their offensive line, sealing off and making those holes. It's going to be tough. I mean, we're going to have to play those gaps a little tighter.
Back to pass is the quarterback, looking over to his right, and he does, and it's out of bounds. It was intended out here. We'll try to see if we can get this. It's intended out here for Alexander, and their quarterback right now is Kason Johnson. He is the quarterback. So that's incomplete. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down, big 3rd down here as they're deep in their own, not too deep. I mean, 26, but probably not going to be in 4-down territory by any means.
Yeah, big down here for sure.
So you got Johnson in the quarterback, and he's going to pass again, going downfield, and ball's up, and it is intercepted by the Eagles. ZZ Okwufulawezi with the interception. As he intercepts it, they're going to mark him down about at the 50. Great coverage. That's not the guy you want to go to if you're going to put up a jump ball, Mark.
Yeah, exactly. You might want to rethink that one.
So the Eagles with a turnover on the interception. ZZ going up with it. One of the best hands guys we've got on this team by, I mean, again, one of the best receivers we got. So he makes a great defensive back, and he comes down with the ball. So the Eagles going the other way. They set it down at the 48-yard line of the Buccaneers. Empty backfield this time for Camion. He's got quads far out to the right of the screen. He's going to take it, go right up the middle. He's got the ball, hits the line of scrimmage. He's still going, and he's still going. And he's going to be down after a gain. It looked like it was going to be stopped right at the line, and he's able to drive. And again, like you said earlier, Mark, he's got that line in front of him. He's out there probably a gain of 7. We'll call it 2nd and 3. Ball at the 41-yard line. One of those guys out there is actually Jeremiah Tate on the block there, making a way down there. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 3, we'll call it. They move the ball back to the 41-yard line. Hands up, fakes the handoff, and he's got his man over there, and Hope Wilson. He's out in the flat, and he's going to have enough for a first. Bank of Owasso first down inside the 40 to the Tonkawa 36-yard line. The Eagles will have it 1st and 10 there, as Hope Wilson able to pick that ball up out in the flat and able to take it enough for a first down. Yeah. So 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Empty backfield this time for Camion. Trips are actually quads on the far right. He's just going to go roll out to his right. Boy, he had some, and he's going long, and it just overthrows him. Boy, I tell you what.
Z was standing by himself at the 20-yard line.
And that also, I mean, I think Camion could have picked up the first down if he just takes off and runs, because the end was wide open also. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 on the incompletion. And I think he tried to hit. Was that Neil Lieber running down?
Neil Lieber was going down the field. Yeah.
Like you said, Z wide open at the 20, nobody around him. So you want to run that play again because you had your pick.
You had a couple choices there.
Ball just kind of sailed on Camion that time.
Plus, also, I think that's Luke Kirkpatrick out there with 53 on with Jeremiah's old number.
Oh, that's right. You're right, Mark. Back to passes. Camion floats to his right. He's going to go down long again. He's got a man open down there.
It has to be interference. Yep.
All right. Did we get a flag?
Yep, we did.
All right. Pass interference as he grabbed him. ZZ running open in the back, and he got grabbed. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty, and that will certainly be enough for a Rejoice Christian Eagles first Bank of Owasso first down, as that will move the ball. See, probably down about the 15. Where were they? The ball was on
the 18, 17, 18.
Yeah.
Defensive holding on the defense. 10-yard penalty results in a first down.
Well, he said a 10-yard. Defensive holding. So he didn't call PI. He just held him from going out his route. But nevertheless, it's still enough for a first Bank of Owasso first down. Ball now on the 25-yard line. as they marked off 10 from the previous spot. Man in motion is Tristan. Fakes the handoff to Tristan, takes up the middle is Camion, and they had that one read pretty well. Only picks up a yard, so it'll be 2nd down and 9. Moves it down to the 24-yard line. Actually, you're going to say, we'll see where he spots it. Actually, you're going to say still right on the 25. So no gain, maybe a half a yard gain, as it'll bring. We'll still call it 2nd down and 9. It's actually like 2nd down, 9.5. Trips to the right, Twins down here to the left of the line. Empty backfield for Camion. They're not jumping now. And so Camion looks over the line, gets a signal from the sidelines. Going to keep the formation the same. Trips to the right, Twins to the left. It's going to be a quarterback draw.
Yeah,
and, boy, they just had it snuffed out again as a loss of 2 back behind the sticks. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long, as that'll be a 3rd and 12 now. Ball back to the 27-yard line. And, Mark, for the most part, they're kind of keying on Camion.
Yeah.
He's made a couple to where, a couple of short yardage gains. 1:30 remaining in the first quarter. Same setup. Well, no, actually, you're going to have trips out to the right this side. Time. You got Holt down here on the left. Back to pass is Camion. He's looking over, and he's got Holt. Oh, just off of his fingertips. A little hot, a little high.
Yep.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd. And, Mark, are you in 4 down territory?
This
or are
is
you
four.
going
This is fourth down here.
Or do you let Duncan –
I think
he's got wind at his back.
He's got wind at his back. He definitely has the leg to make it. But
Absolutely. But it would be, if he tried it from here, it would be a 28. It would be a 35-yard attempt. Actually, it would be more than that.
More than that, yeah.
Yeah, actually, it would be more than that. It would be a 45-yard attempt probably if you tried from here. 4th down, 4th and 13 for the Eagles. Ball setting back at the 28-yard line. Back to pass is Camion. He's looking downfield, and he's got ZZ! Touchdown! Rejoice, Christian Eagles, as ZZ Okwufalawazi has a 27-yard pitch and catch. As he was running down the left-hand side, he said, yeah, boys, I can do it on offense and defense. I know how to catch the ball, and he takes it in for a Billy Sims
touchdown.
Billy Sims barbecue touchdown, gets just inside the pylon, and that's who you want to go to if you're going to throw it up and see if you can get your guy to get the ball.
And that was against the double team.
Absolutely, yeah. Guys
in
front and behind him, but the Eagles able to extend their lead to 12-0 here with 1:12 remaining in the first quarter. And Duncan Andrus, we'll see if he can add on the PAT out of the snap of out of the snap of Tanner Piazza and the hold of Tanner Piazza out of the snap of Tristan Willis to kick us up. And it's true. So the Eagles lead 13-0 here on this championship game with 1:12 remaining in the first quarter. This timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller.
Contact Lori McNeil with Dreaming About Vacations for all your vacation needs. Lori is a Travel Alaska certified expert, preferred Universal Orlando agent, an authorized Disney vacation planner, preferred Sandals agent, and a Hawaii destination specialist. Lori is also a certified agent for multiple cruise lines. She covers it all. Contact Lori McNeil for all your vacation needs. She would love to serve you on your next adventure. Call her at 918-906-5730 or drop her an email at lori@dreamingaboutvacations.com. You can also check out her Facebook page, Dreaming About Vacations, Lori M.
Eagle fans, make sure to stop by Billy Sims Barbecue, our touchdown sponsor for that pregame tailgate celebration. Whether you are gearing up for the big game or just hungry for delicious barbecue, be sure to visit our Eagles football sponsor, Billy Sims Barbecue, at 12416 East 86th Street North, right back there in Owasso. So look, we'll see if Duncan Andrus can put number 64 on his stat sheet as he prepares to kick off. The Eagles are lined up in their traditional, just straight across the field this time, lining up across the 35-yard line, and Duncan sets the ball up, waits for the ready-to-play signal from the referee. Still waiting for it, and you can hear those horns, folks, and they've got reason to blow right now as he puts his toe into it, and 64 is on the board as Duncan puts it out of the back of the end zone for the touchback. So once again, the Buccaneers are going to have to start from their own 20. And Mark, right now the defense is just playing lights out.
Absolutely. And you know the defense has been what we talked about all year long. And that's what, in my opinion, of course, I'm a defensive minded
Well, of
person.
course you are. You're not biased
in
or
my
anything.
opinion, that's you win championship with defense, and I think that's what's got it to this point. So
if they can't score, they can't win.
Score. Yeah, we got offense. We'll score, and we can stop them. So that makes a
hand
good
off this time,
combination.
right at the line of scrimmage. Who was that with that tackle? See if we can get the number.
It's on the Cade Schaefer side, so I'd bet he's in there
And
somewhere.
I think Holt Wilson was right in there too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, it looks like it, yep.
So that'll be a 2nd and 10. No gain on the play, as that time Johnson handed off to his tailback. Now it's going to be 2nd and 10. He's going to have kind of a tight bunch set on the tight end side, left side line. He got a man in motion. Fakes the ball on the ground. Looks like the defense has it. We'll see if it's a turnover. They do. They've turned it over again. The defense recovered the fumble. It was a miss. We'll see what was coming up. And that Max Eichmann. Max Eichmann with the recovery, as it was a fumbled exchange.
Or Tristan White. No, it's Tristan White.
Tristan White. With the fumble recovery, had a great game last week, and so the Eagles are set up at the 15-yard line on that defensive stop. The exchange was just fumbled, and as soon as it hit the ground, White was Johnny on the spot as Camion hands off to Noah, and Noah bangs him across the right side. Tough run in there, picks up maybe a yard. We'll call it 2nd down and 9. And, Mark, we talked about it, too. You got to limit your penalties, but we talked about you got to limit your turnovers.
Take care of the ball. Exactly. That's key to a game like this. And I mean, that's a perfect example. Of course, we need to capitalize on it here. We definitely have to take care of that.
Got to turn it into points. So the Eagles set up now at the 14-yard line. Twins to the right side of the line. Single wide out down here to the left side. And now, man in motion. Fakes the handoff, gives it. No, he keeps it himself, and Camion gets up.
Space that time.
A little more room that time as he pulled the handoff down to about the 7 or 8-yard line, it looks like. So the Eagles will have it. Actually, they moved it back out to the 9, so it'll be 3rd down and about
That's
3.
the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter, folks, with your Rejoice Christian Eagles leading the Tonkawa Buccaneers in this state championship game 13-0, with second quarter action coming up. This timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller.
Nothing says awesome job like the gift of barbecue. Buy Billy Sims barbecue gift cards in-store or online and wow that special someone with slow smoked barbecue and lip-smacking desserts. Big or small, Billy Sims barbecue caters to all. They are the barbecue catering experts and make catering your event as easy as 1, 2, 3. From 15 to 5,000, they can customize their catering to meet your needs. Got a group smaller than 15? No problem. We have take-home packs perfect for smaller groups or families. Visit them online at BillySimsBBQ.com or at Billy Sims Barbecue in Owasso at 123rd and 86th Street North.
State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller are proud Eagles supporters. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life, visit State Farm Agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Call your hometown insurance agent, Casey Miller, today at 918-419-0663. And, Mark, if we could punch this in, it's going to really put a hurt on them, but we've been ahead like this before this year. We were way up on Pecola. And
good teams react. Exactly. Good teams react. We don't want to get too far ahead. I mean, obviously, let's get the points on the board. Let's keep the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Keep the pedal to the metal, but expect for this this Tonkawa team to react and come back, and they're not going to give up. I can
Twins out to the right of your line, single wide out on top. Hand off that time to Noah. This time he's got some room. He's got enough for the first down and more. He's going to have it down there for a first Bank of Owasso first down inside the 5 to about the 1.5-yard line. The Eagles are going to have it first and goal. That's a good start right there, Mark, as far as punching it in. But we'll have it first and goal at the 1.5-yard line as Camion sits in the gun, hands it off to Noah again. He bangs across. This time they've got him stopped. He's still driving. It looks like he's going to lose a yard, we'll call it. So it's going to bring up a second and goal. Ball's going to be now back about the 2.5-yard line after he lost a yard on that. So that'll bring up second and goal for the Eagles. You're going to have, looks like you'll have a single wide out in Wilson. Looks like, Wilson out to the left side of the line. You're going to have Max Eichmann in the slot in the tight end spot. Twins down here to the right. Now you got Eichmann moving over to the right of the line. Now Cameron just going to take himself, turn it upfield. Going to be just short of the goal line. They're going to set it down inside the 1. And so it'll be 3rd and goal. Ball on about the, I'm going to say the 1 foot line maybe. Set it just inside the 1. Looks like from here.
Back to the,
maybe they moved it back to the 1.
To the 1 yard line.
The inside of the ball is inside the 1. So now you're going to have that sidecar set up, 2 tailbacks for Cammy this time, and Eichmann and Noah. They're going to hand off Noah this time, and he's busting over the left-hand side. We'll see. We haven't got the score yet. There it is. Touchdown. Rejoice, Christian Eagles, as Noah goes around over the left side of that big blocking left side and scores the 3rd touchdown for the night for the Eagles, and they now lead 19-0 with 10:28 remaining in your first half. And, Mark, we didn't know because there was just a pile of humanity there on the left-hand side. But our pile beat their pile, and now the Eagles lead 19-0, waiting for the extra point attempt by Duncan Andrus out of the hold of Tanner Piazza, out of the snap of Tristan Willis, going against the wind this time, and it is whipping pretty good coming out of the south, going down to the north here. As the snap is back, holds down, kick is up, and it's good. And so your Rejoice Christian Eagles come right out and start the second half with a touchdown, or the second quarter with a touchdown, and lead 20-0 with 10:28 remaining in the first half. This timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller.
Torch Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is an Owasso-based family-owned business specializing in heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services. Your trusted partner for Owasso HVAC and plumbing solutions. Give them a call at 918-358-6724 or check them out at torchservices.com.
Lori McNeil, with Dreaming About Vacations and Dreaming About the Mouse Travel, specializes in booking adventures to theme park destinations, all-inclusive resorts, and, yes, cruises. Call Lori McNeil for all your vacation needs. She would love to serve you on your next adventure. Call Lori with Dreaming About Vacations and Dreaming About the Mouse Travel at 918-906-5730. And, Mark, we failed to mention, with all the excitement, she is our Red Zone sponsor. And so we could have, we'll just say, Lori McNeil with dreamingaboutvacations.com or Lori McNeil Dreaming About Vacations and Mouse Travel, because she is, again, our Red Zone sponsor. We'll see if I can say that a couple more times and catch up for the times that we were in the Red Zone, at least twice.
Yeah, because she gets shortchanged always because we always skip past the Red Zone.
Yeah, normally we're not used to being inside the 20. We're used to being going right past it and right into the end zone, but we appreciate Lori McNeil being our Red Zone sponsor this year. So we'll see if Duncan can do this. This would be his goal of 65.
This will be a stretch to get it, I think, on this one.
It's a pretty stiff wind, and if he gets it anywhere up in the air, you look at that one flag right up over the waterfalls. Yeah, and it's kind of even the pipe or the bending over as he's going to put a toe into it, and he's going to try to put this one short, and it's going to be caught right there at the 25.
Cover him. There we go.
Actually, on the 20, good coverage. Gets the ball out to somebody got laid out down here. Who was that? As he just got blasted, no flag or anything, but it certainly looked like
a little excessive, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then pushed down after he got up. I think that was Tristan Willis, but nevertheless, the Buccaneers have it 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line, right down below us, as Mark and I are sitting up here in this really nice facility here at UCO, as they're going to say it was at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Buccaneers. Alexander in the gun, joined back there by tailback. Hands off the tailback, and he's met in the backfield for a loss. Cade Schaefer comes firing off the line. It comes through and tackles him for about a 5-yard loss from a 31 back to the 20.
Down for the
Well, no, he's still going.
It would look like
6-yard loss. Yeah, he marks it back. I was looking at the official on the far side. Brings up a 3rd down and 16 as the ball is back to the 25-yard line. And Mark looked like he was shot out of a cannon as he came across the line.
Absolutely. He had that read from the get-go.
Twins to the right of the screen for Alexander. Single wide out down to the left. He's got a man in motion, number 0. Back to pass Alexander, and he gets it to the man in motion. He picks it up, and he's going to be tackled. Open field tackle. Is that Holt?
I think that's Holt Wilson on the side over there.
Great open field tackle. Just got back to the original. Did they put it back to the original line of scrimmage? Yeah,
no.
right?
Yeah.
No, still short.
Still
Only
short,
a gain of 2. As it'll be 3rd down and 13, ball out to the 28-yard line, and this defense is just firing on all cylinders. They had that one long run, and they said, nope, no more, not any more of that.
I like the tackling too. I mean, we
tackling low. It wasn't that. It wasn't like that last week for whatever reason.
Yeah, tackle low or drive through the runners. You get wrapped up and drive until they go down.
And Tonkawa, they're calling a timeout.
So
talk about this.
Christian.
Actually, it's Rejoice calling a timeout. So Rejoice will call the timeout, sponsored by State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller.
First Bank of Owasso for over 60 years has served Owasso with integrity, caring, and excellence. And they are proud supporters of Rejoice Eagle Athletics. First Bank of Owasso, the bank you can believe in.
State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller are proud Eagle supporters. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life, visit State Farm Agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Call your hometown insurance agent Casey Miller today at 918-419-0663. And Mark, boy, I tell you what, if the Eagles stop him here, because, like we had talked about the game where everybody was asking for predictions, and, I was telling, I said, well, I don't think they can keep us from scoring. I didn't really know about a lot. You see their offense and you see what they've done to teams coming into this game. You thought, it could be a tight game, but I didn't think they could outscore us. And, boy, right now they are not even coming close as the Eagles lead 20-0 in first half play with 9:03 remaining in the first half. So,
and Tonkawa seems to be sticking with their original game plan. They really haven't started doing anything too far out of the box, it doesn't look like.
So Alexander in the gun. He's got a single wide out to the left and right of him. And each side, back to pass. And he's going to be pressured out of the pocket. And he is going to be sacked back behind the 25. It'll be another loss of 3 as that was Noah Goodwin. And who else back there chasing him? Neil Lieber back.
Yep, Neil Lieber.
He tried to get away from Neil, and Noah said, "Hi, my name is Noah Goodwin," and couldn't get away from both of them as they drop him for about a 3-yard loss back inside the 15, or back inside the 25 to the 24.
They got to be punting this.
Yeah, you got to be punting. We're just going to let it punt and roll. And it looks like, he's kind of in a punt position as now you're going to have to man in motion, and he is going to just punt it away. Going to come down, land at about the 37, and gets a really good roll as it bounces and, goes all the way down inside the 10. Still rolling, and the wind just keeps blowing it.
Yeah, if you let it lay there, blow it all the way in the end zone.
But nevertheless, they did have to punt away. But, that's a pretty good chunk of yards, Mark, as he was, they were on the 24-yard line. And how much was it, Mike? 68-yard punt.
Wow.
With the wind. Again, that wind is brisk, folks. You look out at the little flags that are up on top of the goalposts, and they're just flipping all over the place. And even the flags, the UCO flag, the smaller one, and they're just straight out.
Straight out.
So 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Ball down inside their 10 to the 8-yard line. Camion, now you're going to have that tight end set on the right side of the line, single wide out on the left. Hands off to Noah. Noah busts out to the right side. He's hitting the backfield and still drives forward, able to pick up about 4 on the play. It looked like they were going to have him tackle for a loss, but he kept his legs churning. Picks up 4. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 6. Ball out to the 13 or the 12-yard line. We'll call it the 12.5-yard line or the 12. Whatever your pick is. The Camion getting his signal from the sideline. He's going to have trips on the left side of the line and a single wide out down here on the right side, down the bottom on the near side of the field. He's in the gun, joined back there by Noah, and he's going to pass, and they're going to be rushing him out of the pocket. He needs to either throw it away, and he does. He's going to throw it downfield. He's got his man in open, Tristan, but able to catch it, but out of bounds as it was pushed out of bounds that time. Good job of getting it away. You certainly don't want to get sacked down there that far into your end of the field, but that'll bring up unless there's a flag, I don't see him changing the signal here. or the down marker.
There's a flag laying there.
The referee will see what he calls.
Holding on the offense.
It's going to be holding on
half the distance to the goal.
Half the distance to the
Repeat
goal.
the down.
So that'll set it back to about the 6-yard line. They're out at the 12, about the 12 and a half. So that'll still be second. You know, with this team and with this offense, I'd rather have the down. So that doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
You're going to set us back and make us go 12 yards. We can go 12 yards. And now they're going to see, I guess the coaches are going to see. No, I think they're going to decline it.
Offense holding on offense. The penalties decline.
Yeah,
I was going to say,
Third down.
I'd declined it.
Yeah, 100%. So that will bring up a third down. So it'll be 3rd down and 6. Because this offense, 12 yards is not that much difference than 6 yards because they can get them in chunks. As, again, you'll have pretty much the same offensive set. You're going to have trips on the left side, single wide out on the right side. Camion, he's going to hand it off to Noah. Noah's got a counter, and they had it pretty well defended as he wasn't able to. I don't know if he maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up a yard. We'll see. No gain on the play. So that'll bring up a 4th down and 6. Ball, again, at the 13. And we'll kind of do the same thing they do. We'll have Camion setting up to punt. But, again, he's dangerous to where if he decides for whatever reason, but probably not the place you want to do that, is this time he'll drop back actually in punt formation.
Good ad-lib play.
High snap, but he's able to bring it down, kicks it off over to the left, and probably, let's see where they mark it. They're going to mark it out of bounds at the 46. Not a bad punt mark against that wind.
Against the wind, exactly. That's what I was worried about.
So the Buccaneers, they'll have it 1st and 10 in Eagle territory as it will be inside the 45, in between about the 44.5-yard line for the Buccaneers to start this drive as they're on the field ready to go. And Coach Eckel talking to his team, and he's got them ready to go, so they'll go back out on the field. It'll be 1st and 10 there. Up in the box tonight is Coach McGee, Coach Willis, and Coach Blizzard. Blizzard up, looking over for the defense. McGee.
During the kick, personal foul, Black. We'll go 15 yards from the end of the run, 1st down.
So I'm not sure. I didn't see the flag, Mark, but we got a personal foul, and it was a big one, 15. Man, you just, again, you can't give them any hope. And when you're giving them the ball to start their next series on the 30-yard line, then, you know, because they're going to get the ball to start the second half, it certainly would be nice not to allow them to score here in the first half. 6:33 remaining in the first half. Man in motion for Alexander. Has the ball hands off and able to make quite a bit of yardage.
Strong run. Yep.
As he's able to get down to about inside the 25. Trying to see who that was on the tackle. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 4 for the Buccaneers as Alexander looks over to get his signal. His offensive play is sent in. Joined back there in the backfield by Lucas Keith, their big running back. Got a man in motion. And they're going to get handed off to Keith. He goes over the right side, follows that man in motion. Yep. He's able to pick up a 1st down inside the 20, down into the red zone, down to the 18-yard line for the Buccaneers. They'll have it 1st and 10 there. Actually, the 13-yard line takes it down for a 1st down. So 1st and 10, Tonkawa.
Time to get some penetration again here because I think they're probably going to ride number 22 over and over again down here in this part of the field, I would guess.
Everybody on the Rejoice side standing up. Every single one of them. And they're going to call a timeout.
Timeout. Tonkawa.
Tonkawa called
their first of the half.
It's their first of the half with 5:21 remaining in the first half. And this timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller.
State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller are proud Rejoice Eagles supporters. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, life, visit State Farm Agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Call your hometown insurance agent Casey Miller today at 918-419-0663.
And First Bank of Owasso, for over 60 years, has served Owasso with integrity, caring, and excellence, and they are proud supporters of Rejoice Eagles Athletics. First Bank of Owasso, the bank you can believe in. Mark, big, we've already had some big defensive moments here in the ball game.
Big stops. This will be another really big stop right here.
Yes, it would. 1st and 10 for the Buccaneers to reset here at the 13-yard line with 5:21 remaining in the first half. You're going to have twins out to the right and single wide out to the left of the line for Alexander as he looks over the line, joined back there by his big back, Keith, as he waits for the signal from the referee. And he gets it right there. The whistle's blown. We're waiting for it now. Man in motion for Alexander. Hands it off again to Keith. This time the line able to get him at the point of contact, but I mean he's still able to drive forward for about 3 yards.
He's got some big linemen on that side, and they're doing the same thing.
Right.
Basically, they're driving down the field, and he's following his linemen. They're doing a good job of moving that ball. Like I said, we're going to have to get some penetration to get that stop.
Gain of 3. It'll be ring up 2nd down and 7 for the Buccaneers, as they'll probably let this clock go as long as they can. I mean, they'll get the play clock down so that not to give Rejoice any time should they score. As Alexander waits for the snap, we're going to get now a tight bunch. Now he goes out. Now you got number 4 back there, quarterback Freeman, and he has got some speed, and he's going to try to turn it upfield. Tackled, great job. Who was that coming across?
Camion, wasn't it?
Camion, yeah. And that, Mark, we were told in the coaches show of the Buffalo Wild Wings coaches show that when 4 is in the backfield, if he gets the ball, he's going to run. I mean, or they said if he's in the backfield, he's going to get the ball, and he did right there to bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Buccaneers. Ball is on looks like on the 7. I guess 3rd down and 3. They got to get down to the 9 down to the 4 for a 1st down, so they can get it inside the 5 and get a 1st down. This time Alexander in the gun has a man in motion. Oh, low snap. He gets it up. He's going to remove.
Nobody open. Nobody open.
And he is being forced out of the pocket, and we've got guys all over guys back. Yeah. Great job. He is going to be sacked as the defense had him pinned up on this side. Who was that? Tristan White with the sack. A huge sack, Mark.
Oh, man.
And we've got a timeout.
Talk about a stop.
I think Tonkawa was going to take a timeout, see if they've got a
timeout on the field. Tonkawa.
They do. What a stop. What a play. Mark, I didn't see who it was on this side. I don't know if it was Noah or Cade, but he was pinned up in reverse field, and Tristan White was there waiting on him, made a shoestring tackle, able to bring him down in the open field for a huge loss. That's about a loss of about 12 yards. He was at I think it was at the 7.
Yeah, at the 7.
And he's all the way back to the 21. That's a 14-yard loss.
It was a great sack.
No, he's back at the 22. That's a 15-yard sack.
It was a great sack, but what set that sack up was the coverage downfield. He had no open receivers.
And that's happened. That's happened at least 3. I mean, they've had, and even when they did pass it, it was like way over the guy's head. Yes. So I don't think they've completed the pass yet. They're going for it. It's going to be 4th and about 20.
Let's see if they got any kind of a trick play. This is where we're going to see it.
And so Alexander waits for the snap, and looks like they're going to call it. No, I think we're calling timeout. I can hear our coaches hollering.
Yeah, didn't have a set.
Timeout, Rejoice Christian.
Yeah,
that's the 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Coach Blizzard saw something up there. You could hear him. We could anyway. We've got headsets on. We could still hear him hollering through the glass as they're right next to us. So this timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller, and we'll keep it right here. 3:31 remaining in the first half. And, Mark, if they can stop them here, that's twice that they've had the ball inside the 20. One time inside the 5 and keep them from scoring. And, again, the defense turning it up and making it happen when they needed to. Tristan White with a great sack on Alexander at the time as he was trying to set up for a pass.
I mean, they played fantastic the entire first half, but this play right here is the play of the half for me right here.
Yeah, right here.
Get this stop right here, and you have all of the momentum.
Right, because you keep them from scoring. Because, like I said, they're going to get the ball coming out the second half. The Buccaneers are. So, all right, Alexander in the gun, trips to his right. He's got a man in the backfield in Keith. He got a single wide out down here on the bottom. Looks like we're going to go back to pass. He's going to have to go out. We got a whistle. We'll see what it is.
I didn't see anybody jump.
I didn't either.
Please put 3:31 back on the clock, please.
My word.
I thought there was 3:31.
Well, it says 3:31.
Yeah, I thought there was, but so we'll start it back up.
Okay, well, we'll get.
And it'll. Oh, I think they now. Okay, I think they started the clock on the ready for play, and it should have just been not a wind.
Well,
so
I wonder if they're going to run the same play.
Yeah, I wonder. Now they're switching up a little bit. It looks like they're going to have twins to the left and right side of the line for Alexander, with Keith joining him back there in the backfield. Folks, they got to pick up 22 yards or 21 yards for a first down. Back to pass is Alexander looking over to his right and into the ground.
Yeah, almost.
And it's going the other way, folks, as the Eagle defense has bowed its neck again and gotten a turnover on downs. It's 1st and 10 Eagles at their own 22-yard line. What a stop as the Buccaneers drove all the way down to about the 12-yard line, and the Eagles turned them back on that huge sack by Tristan White. As he is just, I mean, these last two games, Mark,
he's taken off, hasn't he?
He was our co-defensive player of the game last week on a great game, and he's looking to try to do it again tonight. All right, Camion in the gun, joined back there by Noah. He's going to his right, looking downfield.
Open.
He's being pressured out of the pocket. Overshoots Tristan that time.
Yeah, Tristan Willis.
Willis out
He
in
was
the
open.
flat.
He was wide open, but Cam had to get that over the top of the defender and kind of drop it in, and he's got a little too much on it.
Boy, and I'm
it's one of those touch throws.
And that's the only bad thing about throwing it. If it's incomplete, stops that clock.
Yeah.
I'd sure like to eat up the rest of this clock regardless of what we do. This time it looks like it's going to be an empty backfield for Cam, who's back in the gun. He's going to have quads down here on the right side of the line, single wide out on the top side in ZZ. And he's just going to take it and run, and they meet him in the backfield. But he's still able to drive forward for about 3, and it'll be a 3rd down, and they'll say a gain of maybe 2. No, we'll say 3rd and 7. As
I tell you, that call, for me, though, when you've got single coverage on Z in some place like that, how can you not throw it to him?
Yeah, absolutely. And he did have single coverage out there.
Yep.
Maybe Coach Willis saw that up here. So, again, you're going to have trips, and this time down on the bottom half or bottom right of your line.
They're going to double up on him now.
Yeah, you're going to have twins on the top. So you're going to have Holt. Looks like Holt and Z on the top of your screen. Back to passes Cam. And got his man open. Noah Goodwin out of the backfield for a First Bank of Owasso first down. There's a wrinkle. And, boy, that looked like a late hit on Camion as he gets up kind of limping. That certainly looked like a late hit, but no flag as the clock continues to run after the first down. As the chains are set and ready for play, ball out past the 40 to the Eagle 43-yard line. Great play called up that time. Hands off this time to Noah. And this time they meet him right about the line. He's able to drive forward for a yard. So they'll bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Eagles as he's able to get down or out to the 44-yard line. More importantly, though, chewing up that clock.
Running,
as it's down below 2 minutes in the first half play. Trips to the left side and single wide out for the right side for Camion. He's back to pass, rolling to his right, looking downfield. He's just going to take off and run. It's a 45. Oh, that's a late hit out of bounds.
And there we go. Somebody got to throw a flag.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the flag. I mean, you got the headline. You got your headlines right here.
Not throw the flag. The referee throws it.
Absolutely, as the referee comes in throwing it. But, hits him way outside. He gets to the white, and he's already given himself up. Not only to give himself up, he just didn't even call the head linesman. And that's just very frustrating if you're a coach. That'll be tack on 15 more as we'll get the call.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Late hit out of bounds. 15-yard penalty. First down.
So he had the ball out to the 50. He was going to be short of first down, the line to gain. But that brings up a First Bank of Owasso first down as that'll move it all the way down to the Buccaneer 35-yard line. That's a First Bank of Owasso first down. Empty backfield this time for Cam. He's going to have trips to the left side of the line, twins to the right side, waits for the snap, Can't get him to jump, as he'll look over to get the signal from the sideline. So they'll call down the set and let him say, all right, here's your call. Pick one of these 2 or 3 options out of this. Has the snap, back to pass, looking to his left. Got a man over the middle again, and it's broken up.
Yep.
I think intended for Luke. I couldn't tell if it was intended for Luke or for Neil. They were kind of crossing over the middle. Nevertheless, falls incomplete, so that'll bring up a second down and 10. A minute 38 left in your first half. The Eagles leading 20-0 here in first half action play here at University of Central Oklahoma in Edmond, Oklahoma, on the campus of the University of Central Oklahoma. This time you got that tight end bunch set on the left side of the line, single wide on the right. They're going to hand it off to Noah. He's going to the right side. He's got some good blocking. He's driving forward, still driving forward, and he picks up a First Bank of Owasso first down on just sheer effort. And behind that, Big Jacobs again, Mark. You had Jacobs out there leading it. Aaron out there leading the way. Center, Aaron Jacobs.
Just getting his hip pocket and go.
Say, I'm following you, big boy. You take up a lot of space. Trips this time to the right side of the line. Single wide out on the left side of the line in ZZ. Man in motion is Luke Schaefer. Camion takes out the left, pitches out. On the ground.
Eyeball.
So Luke just falls on it. That was just kind of you got to be really intentional about that as Luke was going out. But they're going to say that, are they saying that Tonkawa recovered?
Guess so.
Okay, well, it looked like Luke had it, but it was kind of bouncing around. So turnover on the fumble. They're going to talk about it.
Yeah, on the replay, you can see it.
Had a backwards pass. It was recovered by White. First down.
You know, that's true. I didn't know if that was – I had to go back and look at that. I couldn't tell if it was backwards.
It was backwards. That's why I said it was live ball. Whenever I saw him toss it.
Okay.
I sure thought Cam should have kept it on that one anyway. He had a little green in front of him. He could have got at least 5 or 6. I think.
Yeah, minute 9 left in the first half. The Tonkawa Buccaneers take over at their own 29-yard line. Back to pass is Alexander looking downfield, and he's being pressured.
Hold.
Looks like we're going to have hold. He's going to throw it downfield, and it's complete to Keith. But there is a flag on the play. We'll get the official.
Holding on offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
That'll set them back inside their own 20 to the 19-yard line, as it'll be 1st and 20 on the hold. And again, I think you could be right, Mark. That could have been a little more room for Cam. But, of course, I will say this, because Luke was open too. I mean,
he was, but again, you have that extra toss, that ladder.
Yep.
And that's not something we do a lot of.
No,
if
we
you're
don't
one
do
of those
pitching.
normal option teams that do a lot of that pitch, then that's one thing, but we don't do a lot of it.
So Alexander, 51 seconds remaining in the first half. Clock stop, or actually he's rolling. 45 seconds remaining. Trips to his right, single wide out to his left, and he's back to pass. And it's tipped.
Yep.
Great job there by Tristan White. Coming in and jumping up and knocking the ball down for the incompletion. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 20. Ball still setting on the 19. Now the clock stops with the incompletion with 41 seconds. Try a couple another passes with incompletions, and Mark, that gives us plenty of time to score. We like to score on one-play drives. So 2nd and 20, ball on the 19 with 41 seconds remaining, and the Eagles leading 20-0.
But Tristan's had a great first half,
Back
hasn't
to
he?
passes Alexander. He's got his man. Overthrows this man over here. Intended out here for number 4, Freeman. And so that's going to bring – and the clock stops, Mark, with 38 seconds. So that will bring up a 3rd and 20.
Yeah, I think it's obvious that running is their game.
Yes, 100%. And that's exactly what Coach told us. If they can get them out of their comfort, make them throw the ball, that's going to mean that we're doing well, because they're not running the ball down our throats. Trips to the right side of the line, single wide out to the left side, out wide left on the far side for Alexander as he sits back in the gun, joined back there by Keith. Back to pass is Alexander, looking over the field, looking over his right, over the middle that time. And he's got his man, but it's going to be well short of the line to gain as it gets just past the original line of scrimmage. And that'll clock running. I don't know if we're out of timeouts. We may be.
We are out. We're out.
Yeah, we're out of timeout. So it'll be 4th, and we'll call it 9.5. You can call it 10 if you want. But I think they're just going to
let it
let
run
this
off,
go
yeah.
on down and say, okay, guys, let's go lick our wounds and try to come back and see what we can do in the second half, as the Buccaneers will get the second half kickoff. But here tonight, folks, in first half action of play, it's your Rejoice
It's into the first
Christian
half.
Eagles 20, the Tonkawa Buccaneers 0, as the Eagles are doing what they need to do. And if they can come out in the second half, Mark, you come out in the second half, and if you can duplicate that effort, you're going home as the repeat champions for
Absolutely.
the Class A1 ball.
Absolutely. It was great first half play. Actually, on both sides of the ball, the defense, once again, defense is smothering.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
are smothering.
Just doing a great job of bowing their necks, bending but not breaking. So we're going to take a short break. Probably going to be back in about 10 minutes. We'd like to read off some. We've got stats for the year up to date, or up to last week's game. We'd like to give those to you and really talk about that first half action. So come back here to University of Central Oklahoma, where your Rejoice Christian Eagles lead at halftime over the Tampa Bay. They got the flag. I looked at the flag and I thought
Yes, I know.
Tampa Bay. The Tonkawa Buccaneers 20-0 here in state championship action. Come back for second half action.
Which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
All right, well, welcome back to second half action here as the teams come back onto the field to warm up for the second half as the Eagles took care of business so far there in the first half, leading 20-0 over the Tonkawa Buccaneers. And, Mark, I think you've got some stats there for us, first half stats.
Yeah, I mean, it's just sheer domination, really, from the stat standpoint. I mean, of course, the score shows it, but first downs, for instance, Tonkawa, 3 first downs first half. Rejoice, 12. Rushes, Tonkawa, 15 rushes for 75 yards, and most of those were on that one run.
Yeah.
I think that one run was
74
yards.
That means they went backwards from that point on.
Rejoice, 25 rushes for 86 yards. Passing, Tonkawa got 13 yards net passing, and Rejoice has 80 yards net passing. As far as completions, and it's the Tonkawa had 3 completions on 8 attempts with 1 interception.
Oh, 3 completions. Well,
3 completions.
2 more than I remember.
Yeah, I remember 1. It seemed like they may have had 1 earlier. Well, obviously they had 3. I just couldn't remember them. They weren't very dramatic, that's for sure. And Rejoice, 5 completions on 10 attempts, no interceptions. Total offense. Let's see, Tonkawa, 23 total plays for 68 total yards. And Rejoice, 35 plays for 166 yards. 35 plays. I don't think we had 35 plays in our last
2
games
games
combined. So, yeah, excellent. Just an excellent job on the offensive side, getting the ball, driving it down the field, and making impact, making it go. Some really cool stats they give us here. So, yeah, third down conversions, Tonkawa 0 for 5, 0 for 3. And fourth down conversions 0 for 2. Big stuff, of course.
Yes.
Both of them in the red zone.
Yeah.
Red zone, and it's just red zone scoring.
Almost fourth down attempts, yeah.
Yeah, red zone scoring, Tonkawa 0 for 2. Let's see, so third down conversions for Rejoice, 3 for 6. Fourth down conversions, 1 for 2, and then 1 for 2 on red zone. Fantastic performance.
Yeah, absolutely. And, again, what did you say the total yardage was for the first half for Tonkawa?
68.
So they had 75 rushing yards.
88, sorry,
okay.
88 yards. There you go, 88 yards.
88 total yards. If that's not a defensive game, I don't know what is. That defense refuses to allow the Buccaneers to get going. As, again, here we see both teams are out warming up here in second half as they reset the clock for that 3 minutes. So give these guys time to warm up. But, I mean, they're just some outstanding performances on the defense. Tristan White, you had Noah Goodwin making a big play. You had Camion making a big play. You had an interception by Z.
Yep.
I mean, so just a great job by the defense on just a number of players. And that's one of the things that we've always talked about is, yeah, they can key on 1 or 2 players, but when you've got a team that's got 6 players on each side of the that are outstanding players that would be the top player for just about any team that we've played. It makes it very tough to decide if you're on the opposing defense where you're going to go with the ball, who are you going to try to attack, because there's not really or who you're going to allow and try to stop.
Right.
There's just not really one guy you can stop. You got to stop 5 or 6 guys. And then, from the receivers, from the runners, for the quarterback. And then if you're the opposing offense, you're thinking, all right, what can we do? Can we run it? Well, that's not working. Can we pass it? Not even close, because you've got tremendous players on the defensive side of the ball. Just a great job. And both lines, both offensive and defensive lines. You got Trey Sanchez, Aaron Jacobs, Duncan Anderson out there.
Luke Kirkpatrick.
Yes, doing it on the line, along with Ben Lineger and Sam Nichols. And then you've got on the defense, like you said, Luke Kirkpatrick. You got Jeremiah Tate, Tristan Willis, and then of course the linebackers, Neil Lieber, Max Eichmann causing havoc, and then ZZ Okwufuloezi. And then you got Cade Schaefer, Luke Schaefer, Camion, and Holt on the defensive side. And so, you hear all about the offensive players, the key players, but both sides of the ball tonight are just doing an outstanding job. The defense giving the offense the ball back, stopping it whenever they had to down, like you said, Mark, down twice inside the 20, stopping the Buccaneers in the red zone. So we'll see as Duncan will be kicking it off. And so does this is this his magic 65 here? If he,
I think let's see, we're at 64, wasn't it? Yeah, so this should be 65.
So 62. So we've had three kick, two. He's got two so far.
Two so far. Okay.
Mike has our statistician back here. Our statistician all year long has informed us that this would be 65 if he can get it. That was his goal.
This is with the win
later on in the year, and so he's got a toe into it. We're underway here in the second half, and 65. He's reached his goal. So from here on, I teased him or if you didn't come up, you missed a great coaches show. I teased him at the coaches show on Tuesday night that I said, you know what's going to happen? Because I have no idea what it means. Nobody knows what it means. It's silly. It's the number 67. I said, you know what's going to happen? You're going to end up with 6-7.
6-7.
Touchback, yeah. So
No, let's don't do that.
Tonkawa ready for play here in the second half as Alexander's in the gun. Join back there in the backfield.
Come get him.
In the eye. Good run that time by Keith as he picks up about 9 yards on the play. So he takes it out to the 29-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 1 for the Buccaneers. And folks, we told you this team won't stop playing. They're here in the championship game for a reason. So you got to. Oh, it looks like we're going to go back 5 there. Yeah, we had guys going downfield, and I don't even know if the ball was snapped. So that'll back them up 5 after that good run.
Dead ball. False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
So that'll move them back inside the 25 to the 24-yard line where they'll have it 2nd and 6 there. So, again, though, you're going to have to come out as a D. You can't rest. We did that against earlier against Picola this year, and they came back and made a game of it. So you're just going to have to keep that same intensity that you had in the first half. Single wide outs to the left and the right side of the line for Alexander. He's going to hand it off to his tailback again. He hits the right side, and he's met right there by – we'll see who that was. I think that was Duncan – or no, that's Luke Kirkpatrick.
And Neil Lieber? Yeah, Neil Lieber on this side.
Neil Lieber also in on the tackle. That's going to bring up a 3rd down. 3rd and 4, we'll call it. Ball on the 26-yard line. Alexander in the gun. Joined back there by Keith. He's got single wideouts to the left and right. Has a man in the tight end spot. I think that is number 6 for them. And he's going to be back to pass. And he's back to pass. Looks over his right, and he just overthrows everybody. As he rolls out to his left, and Mark, that's just not their
That's not
game.
their thing. That's definitely not their jam.
And so that's going to bring up.
Plus, he had a bad snap there, which caused him to hurry it up even more. So
that'll bring up a 4th down and 4. Ball still sitting back on the 26. You've got to think they're going to have to punt it away here.
At some point in the not too far future, though, they're going to be going on 4th down.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got that tight bunch set. He backs up, take a couple of steps back inside his 20. He boots it away.
Oh, that's a short kick there.
Yeah, and it's going to take, and again, against that.
Yeah, he hit it back here about the 50.
Yeah, so
he didn't touch it.
That will set up
he did touch it. That's what I thought.
Set up the Eagles, all the way back.
First touching. First down.
First touching. So one of the Buccaneers put a hand on it back inside the 50. The Eagles are on the Buccaneers side of the 50 to start their first drive of the second half. 10:33 remaining in the third quarter. You're going to have trips out to the right, single wide out down to the left of the line here, out on the near side for the Eagles in ZZ Okufaloese. Camion in the gun, joined back there by Goodwin, waits for the snap. Has the snap, sets back to pass, and he's going to throw it up for Z's. He's got it in the open. He's got it down there. Just overthrows. Thought he had it, and as Mark said, just off his fingertips at the 10. So that is going to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Defense.
Oh, defensive holding. That's why he didn't quite get to the ball. So that'll be a first Bank of Owasso first down via the penalty. That'll take it down to the 37-yard line, 36-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 there for the Eagles. Ball at the 36 of the Buccaneers. 10:27, clock stop with that incompletion as Camion gets the signal from the sideline. Twins down here on the bottom left of your screen, or to the left of the line, single wide out on the right side. Back to pass is Camion looking to his right, and he's got a man over there in Holt, and just out of the outstretched arms, or was that Z?
I think it's Holt.
Yeah, Holt Wilson. Yep. Again, trying to go for, like I say, we're used to, and their coach even talked about it. They've got to protect. That was Coach Hammond talked about. They've got to try to protect the deep ball, as we do hit a lot of deep passes, and that was twice in a row that just overshot the outstretched arms of the intended receiver. That time, Wilson
got a pretty stiff wind going that direction. He was throwing with the wind, and they carried just a little bit too far.
Twins to the left side of the line, single wide out far side for Camion in Wilson. Hands off this time to Noah. Noah's going around the right side. He's met right behind the line, and they're going to tackle him for no gain. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10. So first 2 plays have gained 0 net yards on the incompletion, and with that run by Noah, so that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. Ball on the 36-yard line of the Buccaneers. Empty backfield this time for Camion. Trips to the left side of the line.
We got single on Z over here.
Twins to the right side. Yeah, I mean, who do you cover now when you got 3 guys? They're going to switch back the defense. They're going to give us a lot of cushion now this time. They're going to drop everybody 10 yards. They're going to leave us wide open. They're getting it out in the flat to Z. He makes a man miss, makes another man miss, and he picks up a first Bank of Owasso first down, as you can go ahead and leave him open. They backed off, marked 10 yards, and a little screen out here to ZZ, and he's able to pick up the first down. Gets down to the Buccaneer 22-yard line, where the Eagles will have a 1st and 10 there. Camion in the gun, joined back by Noah. Noah takes the ball, goes to the right tackle, and it looked like he was one man to beat. But he does still pick up about 4 on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. Ball is in the Dreaming About Vacations Lori McNeil red zone, as it's down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. They'll have it 2nd down and 6 there on the 18.
Sure looked like Noah was going for a home run on that one. It just closed up a little bit.
Twins left and right, ball on the ground.
Get on it.
And it looks like the Buccaneers got it, as that was just a low snap to Camion. And he tried to go up and grab it, but just couldn't get to it, as it just kind of rolled back, and they were able to fire off and get it. So stops that drive. Turnover on the turnover to the Buccaneers, so they'll have it 1st and 10 outside the 20 to the 21-yard line. And boy, that one didn't even have a shot to start with.
Not, and that puts us at negative on turnovers too. We're now -1.
So Alexander in the gun, joined back there by Keith. He's going to have single wideouts left and right for him on both sides of the line. Waits for the snap. Back to pass is Alexander looking downfield, and he's being rushed out of the pocket. He's being rushed out again. He's being chased and unable to pull him down, as he's able to get loose, and he's out in the open field. And he's able to pick up a 1st down, finally brought down out there. Looked like they were having for a big loss, but he's able to scramble and go downfield, picks up a 1st down. Looks like it's going to be a gain of about – they're out to, say, the 37-yard line, a gain of about 10, or actually 15 on the play.
I think that's their 2nd biggest play of the whole game right there.
Single wide out left and right side of the line for Alexander. He's going to, but he's able to get it off to his tailback, and he's able to pick up, it looks like about 5. Looks like Neil Lieber. Cade Schaefer on the tackle. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. Clock running with only 8:03 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Twins are going to be to the right side of the line. Single wide out to the left for Alexander. Joined back in the backfield by Keith. He's just going to follow his tailback out to the left side, and he's out in the open, and he's met right there, but not before he picks up a 1st down. A host of Eagles finishing him off. He was met just past the line of scrimmage and able to pick up the 1st down into Eagle territory, down to the Eagle 49-yard line, where they'll have it 1st and 10 there. Clock 7:39 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Alexander in the gun. Twins down to the right of the screen or right of the line, single wide out up on top. And, boy, that bounces off there, and that's Keith again as he is breaking tackles now, bouncing off of that first tackle, able to drive forward. And they're going to give him all the way to the 39 for a first down, Mark. I thought we had him behind the 40 when he first hit, but I guess he bounced all the way out.
Yeah, he rolled, and apparently nothing touched down.
Twins to the right side of the line, single wide out to the left, man in motion for Alexander. Hands it off to the man in motion, and they've got him snuffed out right there because they know that when number 4, Freeman, gets it, if he's in the backfield, he's going to get the ball. He did for no gain. So that'll bring up a second down and 10. Ball still at the 39-yard line. 6:53 remaining in the third quarter. They'll try to go fast because they find themselves behind 20-0 here in third quarter action here at UCO in this state championship final. This time you got Alexander in the gun.
Ball on the ground again.
Yeah, and again, he picks it up and gets it to Keith, but they're able to get him right at the line of scrimmage, and he goes forward for about 3. So that'll bring up a third down and 7. Ball on the 36-yard line of Rejoice. As we continue, that's fine. Just keep it on the ground and let that clock run. They're going to have it in between about the 35.5-yard line. It's going to be third and a long 7.
We'll get some penetration here.
Trips, tight end bunch on the left. Back to pass is Alexander looking downfield. Now he's being forced out. He's got his man out there, and he drops it.
Yep.
Had it in and out of his hand as his intended receiver. Covered well out there by Luke Schaefer and Neil Lieber drops the ball. So that's going to bring up a big fourth down here in the first big fourth down for this defense of the Eagles to try to stop, as it'll be 4th and 7. Ball on the 36-yard line as Alexander sets up in the gun. He's going to have twins left and right for him on the sideline. He's looking back to pass, looking downfield. He's got a man open over there, and they actually able to complete it for the first down.
Yep.
Tackled out there and out of bounds is Luke Schaefer, but they are able to pick up the first down, and the clock stopped with the out-of-bounds play. 5:53 remaining in the third quarter. The Eagles leading 20-0. Alexander in the gun. Again, they're kind of go fast now, much faster than they did that first half. Now you're going to have twins to the left, and you got a man in motion. He's going to hand it off to the man in motion. He's met in the backfield. Great job, and maybe a face mask, though, as that was, I think, Hope Wilson or Tristan White on the tackle, but I think he got face mask. We'll see what the call is, as there's a hanky on the field.
5-yard face mask.
Just
on the
incidental,
defense.
so he
5
didn't
yards
pull
from
him
the end of the
down with it
run.
at the end of the run.
Repeat,
so that's
first down.
That'll take it down inside, just outside the 20 it should, as it'll be set up about the 21-yard line. They'll have it first. It was added on to the end of the run, so that'll be 1st and 4 for the Buccaneers. Twins to the left, or to the right, single wide out to the left for Alexander. Clock running with 5:38 remaining. Man in motion for him. Hands it off to Keith. Had him in the backfield, but he's able to pick up the first down. Gets inside the red zone of the Eagles, down to the Eagles' 15-yard line, where they'll have it 1st and 10 there. Again, they'll have the same setup here, where you're going to have twins to the right, single wide out to the left. Alexander will be in the gun, joined back there by Keith. And he's got Ditmore in the slot. Waits for the snap. Has it. Hands off to Keith. He's out to the left side, and he's met just right at the line of scrimmage. Short yardage gain there as and we've got a flag. We'll see what the call is. And it came from the side judge on that side.
Yeah, it's not.
He's going to confer with the umpire. But it was a handoff, so I don't know if it was, it's downfield, so I don't know if he's trying to call holding or not, but it was not a pass play, so it couldn't be holding.
Block in the back, maybe?
Holding on the defense.
On the defense. So
not
sure how you can call holding on a running play, Mark. it wasn't a pass play. He handed off to the guy, and they call holding. So I'm a little confused with that call, as it was a run play the whole way. There was no pass. He wasn't keeping a receiver from going out.
No. Yeah, it was straight run.
So it brings up a first down and 3 from the Eagle 8. 5:05 remaining in the third quarter. You got twins to the right, single wide out to the left for Alexander. And with Keith in the pistol formation, waits for the snap, has it. He's going to hand off to Keith, and he goes up off the right, and he's going to be in for the score. So the Buccaneers finally able to get onto the board, able to take it down and score. So now your score is 20-6. We'll see if they've got a kicker, but we'll see if they go for 2 or if they go for 1, because they've got a good. I mean, they do. Yeah, they're just setting up for the traditional 1-point PAT. It looks like, as they'll have. I think it's Huey will be holding. So 4:54 remaining in the third quarter. The Eagles now lead 20-6 after that touchdown drive by.
Blocked.
And yeah, it was blocked. So the defense able to block that kick. And so that keeps the score at 20-6 with 4:54 remaining in the third quarter. This timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller.
Contact Lori McNeil with Dreaming About Vacations for all your vacation needs. Lori is a Travel Alaska certified expert, preferred Universal Orlando agent, an authorized Disney vacation planner, preferred sandals agent, and a Hawaii destination specialist. Lori is also a certified agent for multiple cruise lines. She covers it all. Contact Lori McNeil for all your vacation needs. She would love to serve you on your next adventure. Call her at 918-906-5730 or drop her an email at lori@dreamingaboutvacations.com. You can also check out her Facebook page, Dreaming About Vacations, Lori M.
State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller are proud supporters of the Rejoice Christian Eagles. For surprisingly great rates on the auto, home, life, visit State Farm Agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Call your hometown insurance agent Casey Miller today at 918-419-0663. And Torch Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is an Owasso-based family-owned business specializing in heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services. Your trusted partner for Owasso HVAC and plumbing solutions. Give them a call at 918-358-6724 or check them out at torchservices.com. And Mark, the one thing you got to do right now is go answer that
respond,
score.
Exactly. I mean, it's just a shame of the fumble. Set that up and allow and kind of put Tonkawa in a position to make that happen. We've got to come back and respond right here, because it kind of nullified a lot of that momentum we had from the first half. Still got obviously a good lead, but we need to put some points back on the board right here.
Yeah, absolutely, because, again, we're playing a very good Tonkawa team that they're not done, folks. So we've got to match them score for score. It's going to be a little pooch kick going against the wind, and caught there and going to the turf is Alex Yorman. It'll be down at the 23-yard line. So Camion will bring the offense out, and they will start their second drive of the second half. 4:53 remaining in the third quarter. The Eagles leading 20-6 here in this championship action down here on the university campus of the University of Central Oklahoma at Chad Richison Stadium. Camion in the gun, trips to his right, single wide out to his left. Noah joins him back in the backfield, has a snap, low snap, but he gets it, and he's going down long, and he's got his man down there in the Z, and that looks like it's got to be pass interference.
No flag.
No PI. Unbelievable.
Knocked him down.
As he was knocked down, Holt Wilson was out for the pass, knocked down out there that time by number 15, Carter Lopeman, who easily knocks him down before he gets it. No flag on the play. Unbelievable no call there, as it sure looked obvious from us. Obviously, we're a ways from it up here in the press box, but so that will bring up a 2nd and 10. Trips to the left of the line, Single wide out to the right for a Camion. He sends it out, swings out here to Noah. Noah's got out to 25, out to the 30. He's taken off. He's at the 40 and pushed out of bounds, but not before. He picks up a first Bank of Owasso first down on that little swing pass out to the left. Noah turns it upfield, goes north and south, and able to pick up a big first down and gets the ball out to, they'll say he stepped out at the 43-yard line. So a first Bank of Owasso first down for the Eagles. We're going quickly. Noah getting back to the backfield, trips down here to the left side of the line, hands it off to Noah, fakes the handoff, goes around to his left side, does Camion, and we've got a flag. We'll see what it is.
Got to be holding
kind
right
of a
there.
late flag.
Yeah, just
throws it almost at the point of contact. We'll see what the call is.
Holding. Offense.
And it is a holding call.
10-yard penalty. Repeat. First down.
So now, after the first half not having hardly any penalties called, we're having a slew of them here in the second half. That always confuses me, Mark, how a first half, I mean, it's the same team out there playing the same offense, but all of a sudden, you're getting a lot of penalties called. That's just kind of befuddling to me. 1st and 20 now. Ball moved back inside the 40 to the 32-yard line, where the Eagles will have it 1st and 10 there. Trips and that tight end Bunstead on the right side. Holt Wilson wide out to the left. Camion in the gun, fakes the handoff, pulls it himself, tries to pick a hole, able to pick up about 3 on the play. As he'll have it, they'll say he was down just before the 35-yard line. So 2nd and 17 now for the Eagles, just almost to the 35-yard line. Trips to the right, Twins to the left of the line, empty backfield this time. There's another 5 for us, as that time able to pull them off sides. So that'll move the ball up 5 more yards, where it'll be now
Dead ball.
second.
Offsides. Defense. 5 yard for the previous spot. Still second down.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 12 now. That'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line, where the Eagles will have it 2nd down, just inside the 40-yard line. Same setup, empty backfield for Camion this time. He's in the empty gun.
they got single coverage on both Z and Holt.
Back to pass is Camion, looking downfield. He finally throws it away. He gets it down in the direction of Neil Lieber, but I think that was just like, okay, I just need to get rid of it, as he was under heavy pressure at that time. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 12. And, Mark, we got to keep this drive alive. We don't want to give the ball back to the Buccaneers as the clock stopped with 3:32 remaining in the 3rd quarter. And, again, you can't just sit back and relax on that lead on these guys, because they will hurt you if you do. So it's going to be trips to the right, Twins to the left of the line for Camion. He's back to pass, empty backfield. And he's going to go downfield now. He's got a man open down there. And again, he tries to come. That was just thrown a little short that time, as Luke tried. I think is that Schaefer out there? Looks like he tried to come back to the ball and fighting his way through traffic, but it falls incomplete. So that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Eagles. It's going to be 4th and 12. Actually, that was Luke that went out for that.
Luke. Yeah, we need a good punt here.
Yeah, we need a really good punt. Got the wind at your back. Now Luke's going to go back onto the field for help block. You got 5 seconds remaining on the play clock. Better hurry up and get it off. 2 seconds. Ball's away. He does have the kick away. And the ball's been touched. It's a live ball. We'll see who got it. And they're going to say they were able to recover it. However, that was a good punt by Camion. Unable to get the touch because it was a live ball. The player, the intended kickoff returner, or the punt returner, let it kind of go over his head, and he tried to catch it over his head, and it came off his fingertips, and he just able to get it back. But the Buccaneers back in business at their own 22-yard line. Defense have got to bow up here and not let them score on this drive, as Alexander will be in the gun, and he'll have a single wide out in the left and right of the line. Hands off to Keith, and he's got some room, able to pick up about 4. He's going to be out about the 25-yard line. Look like maybe Luke Schaefer on the tackle, and Cade.
Yeah, Cade. And I know a good one's up there. Got the first shot at him there, and just, again, they didn't get his legs wrapped up.
2nd and 7.
Officials timeout for injury.
We're going to have an injury timeout. We'll see who that is. I don't know. Was that the – looks like it might be a cramp.
Yeah, cramp on
I don't know if that was – so this is an injury timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller. First Bank of Owasso for over 60 years has served Owasso with integrity, caring, and excellence, and are proud supporters of Rejoice Eagles Athletics. First Bank of Owasso, the bank you can believe in.
Eagles fans, make sure to stop by Billy Simmons Barbecue for that pregame tailgate celebration. Whether you're gearing up for the big game or just hungry for delicious barbecue, be sure to visit our Eagles football sponsor, Billy Simmons Barbecue, at 12416 East 86th Street North in Owasso.
And State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller are proud Rejoice Eagle supporters for surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life. Visit State Farm agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Call your hometown insurance agent Casey Miller today at 918-419-0663.
Well, we had a bunch of Player of the Game awards for last week, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Doubled up on
Jersey
everything.
Mike's Players
Jersey
of the Game.
Jersey Mike certainly had to step up last week.
Going to have to hand out some coupons.
Exactly. We had a bunch of folks.
And if you missed the coaches show, you need to be there this week. We'll be wrapping it up. I'm not sure exactly what day we'll be doing it. You'll need to watch social media and see if we'll get some Facebook information out there, as that is Keith.
Yeah, he's been
down.
doing a lot of running.
Yeah, he has. As he comes up, must have had a severe cramp because that took a while.
He's still hobbling around. Better get some Gatorade.
Get some Gatorade or something. Yeah, get some fluid in there. So he'll go off the field. He's a big part of their offense, and he's going to be going off the field. So, and they'll have it 2nd and 7. The ball on their 25-yard line. Clock's got 2:57 remaining in the third quarter, and it will start with the ready for play.
We have number 4 in the backfield again.
Yeah, then we know who's going to get the ball. That's Freeman, so you know he's going to get a handoff. Single wide out to the left and the right of the line. He got a man in motion for Alexander. You know, he just takes it himself and goes around the right-hand side, and he's got a lot of room. He's out to the 40. Finally tackled out there outside the 50 or 45, and that's Luke Schaefer on the tackle, but not before he picks up 8 chunky yards. And, Mark, that's just one of those where they think, okay, yeah, 4 is going to get it. No, I'm just going to take it myself. And actually that was that 4?
It's 4, yep.
Yeah, so that was 4 that took the ball.
He's back in there again.
Yeah, you're going to he's going to run it, so you're just going to have to get across the line and stop it, as he's going to take it and actually hands off to him. He goes to the left side, and he's got some room out there. He's going to pick up the first down and finally run out of bounds over there and tackled, I believe, by Cade Schaefer, but not before he picks up another first down and moves into Eagle territory. Down to the Eagle 41-yard line. Clock stop with 2:25 remaining in the third quarter. So, again, now this time you got number 4. You got Freeman out to this side. You're going to hand off that time. Great job that time as they hand off to number 8. That's Cade Schaefer, I believe, on the tackle. Totfest.
Looked like Cade coming across there.
Yeah, Totfest on the carry. A loss of 3 on the play, or 4 on the play, sets it back to the 45-yard line. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 14. That's what we need to see from that defense.
Yeah.
Alexander will be in the backfield this time. Let's see who he's got back there joining him. I don't know if that's Totfest back there, number 8, as he'll wait for the snaps. You got single wideouts to the left and right side of the line. He's looking to pass. He's going downfield, going long down his left.
They're going to call pass interference, but that was not pass interference.
We get a guy knocked down, and it's not called, and I didn't even see anything going on, but they're going to call pass interference. It's just I believe it's just a 10-yard penalty, so it won't be an automatic first down.
We had the inside position on the play, and
yeah, it is going to be a 15-yard penalty, so that will bring up a first down. Actually, they're walking backwards, Mark.
Oh, maybe
it might be offensive pass.
Okay,
yeah,
I'll go with that.
Yeah,
because
100%.
we had the inside position
on the defense.
Oh no, they are.
10-yard
okay,
penalty.
so it is just going to be a 10-yard. They're calling
down.
holding. It's not an automatic first down. It'll still be a 2nd down. So he'll bring what was a second and 14 is now a second. And I think they've moved the chains. I don't know what's going on here. The chains should not have moved. So they need to call the timeout, make sure they got the chains set correctly. But
second and 3.
Yeah, okay, so they've got it set right now. They want to make sure because they moved the chains. Chain gang is supposed to move until the until the official tells him to move. Head linesman over there obviously was looking at the field, but they were doing their own thing. Second and 4, 1:41 remaining in the third quarter. You got Alexander in the gun. He's got a man in the flat, and he's got now a man in motion. That's number 4. He's going to hand it off to Topfest again, and he's out to his left, and he's going to be tackled short of the line to gain. He's going to be about a yard short. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1, but they're a long one, almost 2. They're obviously in 4-down territory.
Yeah, no doubt. And we've got to get some penetration here and get them moved back a bit.
1:19 remaining in the third quarter. This game has tightened up a bunch. The Eagles still lead 20-6, but they've got us on our heels right now as they came out and scored. And
they're going to have to call timeout.
Yeah, down to 10 seconds on. Yeah, they are going to call timeout as they weren't sure what to do. This timeout sponsored
Tonkawa
by State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller. First Bank of Owasso for over 60 years has served Owasso with integrity, caring, and excellence and are proud supporters of Rejoice Eagles Athletics. First Bank of Owasso, the bank you can believe in.
Nothing says awesome job like the gift of barbecue. Buy Billy Sims barbecue gift cards in store or online. And wow that special someone with slow smoke barbecue and lip smacking desserts. Big or small, Billy Sims Barbecue caters it all. They are the barbecue catering experts and make catering your event as easy as 1, 2, 3. From 15 to 5,000, they can customize their catering to meet your needs. Got a group smaller than 15? No problem. We have take-home packs perfect for smaller groups or families. Visit them online at BillySimsBBQ.com or at Billy Sims Barbecue in Owasso at 123rd and 86th Street North.
So the Eagles back out onto the field, and again, like I say, the second half has been totally different than the first half. The Eagles were able to take the opening kickoff and go all the way back as Alex Yorman was able to take it all the way to the house for the opening kickoff touchdown, and the Eagles tacked on 2 more touchdowns to lead 20-0 at halftime, but Buccaneers now have narrowed that lead to 20-6, and they have it 3rd and 1.
Straight ahead.
Yeah, straight ahead. And he's going to pick up for the first down as he gets down inside the Eagle 25 to about the 24-yard line where they'll have it 1st and 10 there. And
Ford's coming back as quarterback again.
And they're going, yeah, so if Ford is the quarterback, you've got to just fire off and go after him because he's just going to keep it. And he does, goes around the left side, and they met him right there at the line. Only a pickup of about 1.5. We'll give him 2. Call it 2nd down and 8 as he was met right at the line to gain 30. This will be the last play of the third quarter. Still 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. They switch out personnel. We'll see what they do here as they bring in Alexander back at quarterback. Single wide out to the right and left for Alexander. Waits for the snap. Hands off this time to.
Get on him.
There you go, Keith. That's a tackle for a loss.
Yep. That's what we needed.
It looked like, was that Noah Goodwin? Cade Schaefer, tackle for a loss, packed behind the sticks. So it'll be 3rd and 11 now. That's what you need, Mark. Like you said, you got to get this defense fired up, and that's going to be the end of 3 quarters of play with the Rejoice Christian Eagles leading the Tonkawa Buccaneers 20-6 here in state final action. This time out sponsored by State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller.
State Farm Insurance and Agent Casey Miller are proud Rejoice Eagles supporters. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life, visit State Farm Agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Call your hometown insurance agent Casey Miller today at 918-419-0663.
Lori McNeil, dreaming about vacations and dreaming about the Mouse Travel, specializes in booking adventures to theme park destinations, all-inclusive resorts, and yes, cruises. Call Lori McNeil for all your vacation needs. She would love to serve you on your next adventure. Call Lori with Dreaming About Vacations and Dreaming About the Mouse Travel at 918-906-5730.
First Bank of Owasso for over 60 years has served Owasso with integrity, caring, and excellence. and they are proud supporters of Rejoice Eagles Athletics. First Bank of Owasso, the bank you can believe in.
So they'll bring him back on to the field, and we'll give you those third quarter stats here when we get our next timeout. The teams come back onto the field, waiting for this final quarter of action here in the state finals for Class A1, as Alexander is in the gun, waits for the ready for play. He's got Keith back into the backfield. Now they'll switch, and now you got number 4 in at the quarterback spot. So you just need to go off and get him out. It's going to be a reverse, and he's just going to throw it downfield, and he's got wide open, completely fooled us on the reverse, and it's a touchdown as they're able to score. And I think Keith is down again, or got somebody down there. I don't know if that's Keith, but nevertheless, it's a touchdown.
Timeout for injury. For
the Buccaneers on a trick play. They had 4 in the backfield, and then they did a reverse. And I'm not sure who was that threw that ball. I don't know if that was so Alexander got the pitch.
He got the pitch back.
And running wide open down the field, I believe, was Ditmore. And he got the catch. And so this all of a sudden is a dogfight with 11:52 remaining in the fourth quarter, and the Eagles leading 20-12. Mark, what are some of those third quarter stats you've got over there?
Well, actually, it's cumulative, so we don't have just the third quarter. So this is through 3 quarters. We're back. I mean, things are definitely tightening back up. We still got, from the first down standpoint, 14 first downs for Tonkawa now against Rejoice 15. So, I mean, everything's just kind of even back up. It's certainly been a switch around. Now on rushing yards, Tonkawa 35 rushes for 191 yards versus Rejoice 29 rushes for 97 yards. Our total offense now, which is the one we need to kind of key on here, 46 plays, 212 yards for Tonkawa and 205 yards for Rejoice.
So they'll try for the extra point, and actually that was Alexander that went out. I've been saying Alexander is in the gun or in the quarterback position, and that kick is good, but it's actually Johnson that is their quarterback, number 6. They're able to get the extra point through, so we're into a 1-touchdown, 1-score game now, so the offense has got to do what they're capable of doing. They've been shut out here in the second half so far, Mark, but you've got to go down, and now you definitely have to answer that touchdown as Tonkawa has narrowed the lead of the Eagles to 20-13. And, boy, you've just got to get your offense going now. Now you're going against the wind, so you don't have the wind at your back for any passing. So it's time to get that running game going if you're going to do anything, or do what you always talk about, hitting those short passes out in the flat.
Yeah, I still think the short passes are certainly going to be there, but the main thing is we can't have any more negative yardage.
Yeah,
we got to be moving down the field, and I think we seem to have much more success getting off tackle and running off tackle and getting around the end. So again, I think we've got to kind of concentrate on that. But the main thing is just let's not throw it away. Let's keep the snaps up off the ground. So we got to give ourselves an opportunity to make a good play.
Yeah, absolutely. And so the Eagles, after playing nearly flawless in the first half, here in the second half, again, haven't taken care of the ball as well, turning it over a couple of times, and then also not taking advantage of whenever they fumbled, but also penalties, untimely penalties. Just played a clean and just a really good first half, and they just need to get back to that first half play with 11:52 remaining in the ball game, as Frederick will wait to kick it off as he puts a toe into it, and it's going to be picked up at about the 18, and a good return trying to reverse field, and I think that's Z able to return it out past the 25 out to the 22-yard line. So Camion will bring the offense back out onto the field, and boy, they need to get things going in a hurry here as that lead has been narrowed to 20-13. Now all the momentum is on the east side of the field over on the visitor side right now as they've come storming back. Tonkawa has and shut down this offense and added 13 of their own on to the scoreboard. So we'll see what the offense can do. Twins to the left and to the right of the line for Camion. Has it, hands off to Noah. He's got some room around the right side, busts it over the right side, and he's able to get out to about the 32-yard line. So he'll pick up about 4. Tough running there, and as soon as he hit that, they shoved him back. So to bring up a 2nd down and 6. Boy, you'd love to see a long, sustained drive here.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Big plays are great, but I would love to see a long drive. We got another cramp. I don't know.
Officials timeout for injury.
Whether conditioning's becoming an issue on Tonkawa side or what's going on.
I don't know.
This is the 3rd guy that's gone down.
Is he out over on that side?
Yeah, he's over there on that side down.
Okay.
It kind of looked like a cramp again, at least. I hope that's what it is. Official
timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller. For surprisingly great rates on the auto, home, and life, visit State Farm agent Casey Miller in the Waterford Suites between Home Depot and the Walgreens in Owasso. Call your hometown insurance agent to Casey Miller today at 918-419-0663.
Eagles fans, make sure to stop by Billy Sims Barbecue for that pregame tailgate celebration. Whether you're gearing up for the big game or just hungry for delicious barbecue, be sure to visit our Eagles football sponsor, Billy Sims Barbecue, at 12416 East 86th Street North in Owasso.
And what you can't do right now, Mark, if you're the Eagles, you can't play scared. You can't play.
No.
You can't be afraid. You don't want to sit on the lead. You want to go attack just like you did in that first half. So
absolutely.
Twins to the left side of the line. Single wide out here on the near side in ZZ for Camion. And Noah joins Camion in the backfield there. I think they're waiting for maybe a TV timeout. So they'll wait until they get the official ready. He gets the go-ahead to play as time is called back in. Wind the clock. Twins to the left, single wide to the right. Man in motion sets up in the flat there. And tough running again by Noah. He's still driving, able to get that extra 2 yards or extra yard. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short as it's going to be 3rd and 3. This is a huge 3rd down right here. As you'd love to see, we got to pick this up right here.
Yeah, no matter what, we've got to get this 1st down.
Because, I mean, you're down at your own 35-yard line. Ball needs to get out to the 38, but you've got a stiff wind in your face. You don't want to have to punt it on this side of the field. Twins to the left. Another, looks like Eichmann setting up in the gun. Tried to get him to pull off. Couldn't get him to go. As Camion looks for the call. Twins to the left. Single wide out down at the bottom. He hands it off to Noah again. He busts it over the line, and he picks up a first Bank of Owasso 1st down, and that is a huge 1st down for the Eagles as Noah takes it out to the 40. And, Mark, that's just a massive 1st down, and especially doing it on the ground.
Absolutely. It's one of the, like I said, we had to have that one, and that's what a good team does. When you got to have it, you go get it.
Great blocking on the right side that time for Noah. Trips this time on the left, single wide out down here. Rolling to his left is Camion. He's looking downfield. He's going to turn it upfield. He's got a crease. He's out to past the 50 into Buccaneer territory with another first Bank of Owasso 1st down as they'll mark him out of bounds. We'll see where they set it. Looks like it's going to be at the 48-yard line of the Buccaneers. Nice run by Camion. I think he had a couple of those available in the first half, and that time he just kept it and ran it around the left side for the 1st down. And the Eagles, with that first Bank of Owasso 1st down, are in business in Buccaneer territory. Man in motion, fakes the handoff, hands off to Noah. That time they meet him right at the line. No gain on that.
Yeah, Tonkawa appears to be selling out for the run right now. If you notice, we got one guy covering Z out here, and he's at least 10 yards off of him.
Yeah, boy, I mean, Z, you could hit him in the flat right here, cutting across the field. I mean, we feel like we can see it here, but that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. The ball still on the 48-yard line. Clock running with 9:35 remaining in your ball game. The Eagles clinging on to a 20-13 lead. Twins on the bottom or the right side of the line, single wide out on the left side. Camion takes snap, Rose to the right now. He's looking to pass, and he's got his man out here in Z. He's got it down about the 40. He's going to break a tackle. He's down at the 25, the 20, down to 10-5. Touchdown! Rejoice, Christian Eagles, as ZZ Okwufoloezi takes it 50 or 48 yards for this score and widens that lead. There's the answer we've been looking for, and ZZ obliges and takes it in for the score. Great job of breaking tackles, turning it upfield, planting that leg, and taking it to the house. And that'll stop that momentum on the other side as the Eagles lead now 26-13 with 9:17 remaining in your ball game, folks.
I think the coaches saw what we saw.
Oh, my goodness. I think you're right, Mark. Maybe Casey heard us through the window here as Duncan will set up for the extra point, waiting for the snap from Tristan Willis and the hold out of Tanner Piazza. The kick is up.
Good.
And it's good. So with 9:17 remaining in your ball game, the Eagles extend their lead back to a 2-score game and lead now 27-13 with 9:17 remaining. This timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller.
Torch Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is an Owasso-based family-owned business specializing in heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services. Your trusted partner for Owasso HVAC and plumbing solutions. Give them a call at 918-358-6724 or check them out at torchservices.com.
First Bank of Owasso for over 60 years has served Owasso with integrity, caring, and excellence, and are proud supporters of Rejoice Eagles Athletics. First Bank of Owasso, the bank you can believe in.
State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller are proud Rejoice Eagles supporters. For surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life, visit State Farm agent Casey Miller in Waterford Suites between Home Depot and Walgreens in Owasso. Call your hometown insurance agent Casey Miller today at 918-419-0663.
Mark, that was a huge tourniquet that ZZ just applied to stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
As, again, just a little pass out here in the flat, and he turned upfield and outran the opposition and was able to put 6 on the board and get that all-important 2-score lead. There's only 9:17 remaining in the ball game, folks. So just a massive job that time by the offense to come out and, again, not set back, but do what they did all game long in the first half to add on that extra score as Duncan, a little pooch kick here. It's going to come out of bounds. Actually, he's going to catch about the 32 and tackled right there. About the 37. Good coverage downfield on that short kick. I think that was Cade Schaefer.
Cade Schaefer, yeah.
Getting up kind of slow as he took the full brunt of that tackle.
Yeah.
So the Buccaneers will have it at their own 36-yard line. And Mark, now they've got to go quick, which is if they got to go through the air, I like our chances. Single wide out to the left and right of the line for Johnson. He hands off this time to Keith, and he's met right about the 39, able to go forward to the they're going to say
right
down
at the
40.
40,
Yeah, they blew the whistle dead at 40. So picks up about 3. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 7, and I like him keeping it on the ground. 8:55 remaining in your ball game. This time you're going to have it set up where you're going to have single wide. Well, actually single wide out again. 4 is in the quarterback spot. Watch for trick plays as he's going to probably – he's either going to run it or it'll be a trick. He's going to take it and go off to his left side, and he turns it upfield. He's able to pick up the first down into Eagle territory as he gets just across the 50 at the 49-yard line.
That guy is quick.
He is fast. There's a reason that they have him running it when he's in there at the quarterback slot. That's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for the Buccaneers. Ball at the Eagle 49. Single wide out again, left and right. Now this time you got Johnson in the quarterback spot, and he hands off to Keith. He's out to his right side, and he's met after only about a gain of 1, maybe 2. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. Horns blaring here on the home side as these Eagle fans are going to get loud here for the rest of this game, as if they haven't been all game long. 8 minutes remaining in your ball game. This time 4 is going to go out far right. Single wide out left and right. Number 4, we'll give his name. That's actually Freeman. Johnson in the gun, joined back there by Keith, waiting for the snap. Clock running. Has the snap, back to pass, looking downfield. He's got a man over the middle, and he is met right there by a host of the middle of that line as they're still going. They're going to blow it dead at the 45-yard line, so just a short gain. That's going to bring, and obviously 4 down territory at this point of the game. 3rd and 6. Ball right at the 45-yard line. Tackle was made by the interior middle of the Rejoice team. I think there's only 3 guys that weren't in on it.
Who wasn't in on it, exactly.
3rd and 6. Ball at the 45. You're going to have that tight end bunch set right here on the left side of the line as Johnson. And now we got a timeout. We'll see. And that's a timeout by Rejoice. So this timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller with 7:05 remaining in your ball game.
Eagles fans, make sure to stop by Billy Sims Barbecue for that pregame tailgate celebration. Whether you're gearing up for the big game or just hungry for delicious barbecue, be sure to visit our Eagles football sponsor, Billy Sims Barbecue at 12416 East 86th Street North in Owasso.
Torch Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is an Owasso-based family-owned business specializing in heating, air conditioning, and plumbing services. Your trusted partner for Owasso HVAC and plumbing solutions. Give them a call at 918-358-6724 or check them out at torchservices.com. So, Mark, we got 7:05 remaining.
Yeah, big play right here coming up. And I obviously say
big
it's
2 plays.
2 plays for sure. It's going to be 4-down territory, but it's got to start right here. And I know I sound like a broken record on this penetration thing, but I think that's the key to it, busting these guys up, because once Keith gets his shoulders turned perpendicular and gets turned up and down the field, he moves very quickly, and he's pretty hard to bring down. So we need to get them stopped behind the line of scrimmage if we possibly can.
100%.
And the only way to do that is get penetration.
Yeah,
exactly.
100%. Line needs to sustain their blocks and let Cade Schaefer and company from their linebacking slot blast through there. So this time you'll have Johnson set up in the gun. You got that tight end bunch set on the left-hand side. You got to be careful and watch for number 4, Freeman.
The ball
Actually, this time there he is right there. And he was hitting the backfield, dropped the
ball
on the ground.
It's still on the ground.
The Eagles have it. The Eagles have it. They've recovered the fumble at the 50 with 6:57 to go. We'll see who that was that came up with it.
Maybe Max Eichmann, I believe.
It was either Eichmann or Kay, but they had pressure all over on Johnson as he tried to go out and around the right side, and the Eagles get a huge turnover on the fumble. Yes, it does. Now just take this and take a 6-minute 57-second drive, punch another one in the end zone, and you can start ordering the shirts and the hats. As the Eagles, huge turnover right there to stop any momentum at all. As the crowd gets very quiet on the other side of the field, Camion in the gun, has a snap, hands off to Noah. Noah goes off his left side, running hard, but only able to pick up, we'll say, about 3. Good hard running by Noah.
Three's a good target. I'll take 3 per down.
3 per down will get you a first down at some point, won't it? So 2nd and 7, and more importantly, that clock continues to run as the Buccaneers, if I read that scoreboard right, only have 1 timeout left. Does that say 1 over there in the yellow on the left side?
2.
2? Okay.
Yeah, 2 for them,
but the
2
clock
for
is
us.
our friend right now, as we'll just let it run all the way down inside the 7 seconds most likely before you even think about snapping it. You're going to have a man set up in the slot and then single wide out, man in motion. Going to give it to Noah again. Banks it off the left side.
We
only about a yard that time.
Didn't get our 3 that time.
No. So clock will go under 6 minutes to play. Ball down now to about the 47-yard line where it'll be 3rd and 6 for Rejoice. 20 seconds remaining on the play clock. Just let that thing run down, Cam. Going to have twins set up out here on the right side of the line, on the near side of the field. Single wide out on the far side of the field in Holt Wilson with ZZ in the shotgun, joined back there by Noah. Going to have a man set up in the slot. Waits for the snap, has it. We're going to have to call a timeout, I believe. Yeah, Rejoice calls a timeout. So 5:28 remaining in the ballgame, folks.
Rejoice Christian, the second of the half.
Eagles lead 27-13. This timeout sponsored by State Farm Insurance and agent Casey Miller.
Contact Lori McNeil with Dreaming About Vacations for all your vacation needs. Lori is a Travel Alaska certified expert, preferred Universal Orlando agent, an authorized Disney vacation planner, preferred Sandals agent, and a Hawaii destination specialist. Lori is also a certified agent for multiple cruise lines. She covers it all. Contact Lori McNeil for all your vacation needs. She would love to serve you on your next adventure. Call her at 918-906-5730 or drop her an email at Lori at dreamingaboutvacations.com. You can also check out our Facebook page, Dreaming About Vacations, Lori M.
And that huge last touchdown was sponsored by Billy Sims Barbecue. Make sure to stop by Billy Sims Barbecue for that pregame tailgate celebration. Whether you are gearing up for the big game or just hungry for delicious barbecue, be sure to visit our Eagles football sponsor, Billy Sims Barbecue, at 12416 East 88th Street North in Owasso. 5:28 remaining in the ball game. 5:28 is all that remains for the Eagles to be able to call themselves repeat back-to-back state champions. They got it 3rd and 7 right now at the Buccaneer 47-yard line. If they could pick this one up, it would be another big pickup as Camion fakes the handoff, takes it himself, and they've got that one snuffed out. So no gain on the play as he gets just back to the line of scrimmage. So, Mark, the Buccaneers aren't going to be finished yet, as we're probably most likely, I can't imagine not punting it away here, going against a stiff wind, but it's 4th and long, 4th and 7, so I'm sure we'll go ahead and punt it away, and Tonka will get another shot at trying to go down the field. Clock below under 5 minutes now, 4:55 remaining in your ball game, plenty of time on the play clock, 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. So Camion will set up, most likely to punt. Now he backs up, waits for the snap, has it. High snap, brings it down, able to get it away. Nobody back for the Buccaneers. Hopefully it'll stay out of the end zone. Great punt as it is touched dead down inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. You couldn't ask any better than that, Mark, as it just dies at the 6. So if they're going to put one on the board here, they're going to have to go 94 yards to do it, with 4:33 remaining in the ball game. So now the Eagles just don't give up. You make them go slow, long drive if they're going to do anything.
Whatever they're going to do,
just
let them drive
no
down.
home runs.
No home runs. No big plays. Watch out. Keep everything in front of you. No big plays.
So you're going to have a single wide out on the far. Actually, you're going to have trips on the right of the line, single wide out on the near side, and that's that ever dangerous 4 in Freeman, as Johnson will set back in the gun just outside of his goal line, man, in motion, fakes the handoff, and he's being pressured out there by Tristan, and the ball's away, and it's nowhere near his receiver as it falls incomplete. Tristan White had a bead on Johnson, forcing him to get rid of that probably sooner than he wanted to.
He's very fortunate that didn't get picked off.
Yeah, absolutely.
He had no idea where that ball was going. I don't
No.
think.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 ball. And, Mark, I'm going to guess they're in 4-down territory even at their own 6-yard line.
You got nothing.
You got nothing to lose.
You got to score twice
when
the time is available. So you have no choice but to go with every chance you got.
Eagles leading 27-13 with 4:26 remaining in your ball game. Single wide out in the bottom, trips on the right side of the screen for Johnson. He's back to pass, and he's being rushed out. He's being pressured. He gets the ball away, and there's nobody out there. That's got to be grounding, Mark. There's nobody out there.
He's outside of the box, though.
But it doesn't matter. There's nobody there, and he didn't get past. Well, I guess he got past the line of scrimmage.
In high school,
I don't know, but I think that's intentional grounding, and he was in the box when he threw it. That should be a safety because it's not the same. It's not the same in high school as far as getting out past or outside the tackle box. There it is, baby, and that's a safety. That's a safety, baby.
Intentional grounding in the end zone.
Add 2 more to your scoreboard for the Eagles as he throws it in no man's land. It landed in nobody's territory, and the Eagles add 2 more for a 27-13 lead with 4:19 remaining in your ball game.
And they get the ball back.
The Buccaneers have to punt it or free kick it from the 20. Their coach wants to talk about it, but there was nobody within 15 yards, Mark.
Yeah, there was nobody
of that
around.
Ball.
My only thought was he was outside of the tackle box, but if that's not a thing in high school.
That's not a thing in high school. Their coach is out on the field, and he's going to argue the call, Coach Hammond, but we're not in college ball, and we're not in the pros. We're still in high school, and it's intentional grounding because it fell in the middle of nobody, and they've added 2 more for the score. And I said 27. It's at 29-13 is your score with 4:19 remaining in your ball game. Now they're going to talk about it. They're going to make sure they get the call right. I mean, this is the championship game. You want to make sure you get the call right. But there was nobody within 15 yards. We're going to see what the White Hat has to say.
Somebody got the rule book.
Now we've got another grouping of officials. So we'll see what they hammer out here. But, Mark, as far as I know, that is not a rule in high school ball. There is no outside the tackle box. It's just you have to be within 10 yards. There has to be an intended receiver within 10 yards where that ball comes down or where that ball's thrown to, and that was not the case.
Unless he was throwing it to a Rejoice guy, there was nobody within 10 yards of it.
You're right.
You're right.
Uh-oh. They're going to change the call here.
After further review, quarterback was outside the free blocking zone. The ball got past the line of scrimmage, so we have an incomplete pass.
So I guess in high school it is. You were right, Mark.
Okay.
So there is because he definitely, you were right. He was outside the
Third
tackle
down.
box. But I'm still not for certain. We're going to have to call a timeout. We don't even have officials set up.
They can't start the play. Yeah, he's good.
No, they can't. They haven't even blown it ready for play yet.
Well, got to be some controversy on everything, doesn't
So
it?
3rd and 10 now. Reset. The ball's at 11. And going to hand off, and he's going to be tackled. So it's going to be 4th down. He's able to get out to the 10. So it'll be 4th and 6. We're going to see. I'm not sure what they're pointing at this.
Well, Max
Actually, they're going to
Eichmann's
say
run away
back
with
at
the
the 10. It's 4th down, 4th and 6. A lot of stuff going on right now.
There was no fumble on the play.
Yeah, they're going to – they called no fumble. Like you said, Max came up with the ball, and he was in the end zone. 4th and 6. 3:42 remaining. The clock is running. The Eagles lead 27-13. And right now, just pin your ears back.
Yeah.
Tackle him short of the line of game. Back to pass is
flags
Johnson.
everywhere.
He's going over there, and he's got him. We got flag, like you said, flags everywhere. So that play's dead before it even started.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 4th.
Back them up 5 more. It's going to be 4. They're going behind the chains, Mark. It's going to be 4th and 11. The ball all the way back up to the 5. Keep everything in front of you. Do not let them get past the line to gain. Clock all the way down to 3:28 left in this championship ball game. You're going to have single wideouts to the left, single wideout to the right for Johnson. Has the snap, back to pass in his end zone, going out to his right, and it just falls to the turf. So this time there's no controversy as this defense has held and will take over at the Buccaneer 5-yard line.
It's only right.
It's only
right.
That's justice right there. 27-13 is your score. 3:22 remaining in your ball game. The Eagles take over at the Buccaneers 5-yard line. So it looks like it was just hopefully a delayed touchdown. We've only got 5 yards to go. I think
we'll trade the 2 for 6.
100%, and we'll just a heavy dose of maybe Noah Goodwin. This might be a great time for just a little cheater pass out there too, Mark.
Yeah,
because
sure.
they're looking for the run right up the middle. Twins to the bottom, out to the right, single wide out to the left for Camion. He's got 2 men in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to Noah. Noah goes over to the left-hand side. Just going forward. I think he got in, Mark. Let's see. They're going to mark him. Yeah, touchdown. Rejoice, Christian Eagles, as Noah Goodwin wouldn't be denied. That left side of the line said, follow us. We'll get you in there. And the Eagles score And now your lead is 33-13 as they show it on the replay. And he got just over the line for the score. And they've got a 20-point lead now with 3:14 remaining. Like you said, Mark, we'll take 6 instead of 2.
Yep. He just didn't use enough time off the clock, so.
There must have been a flag on the play. Maybe in
Dead ball. Unsportsman on the defense.
Uh-oh.
Excessive celebration. The penalty be on the kickoff.
Wait a minute.
Wait, how could they
How can the excessive celebration be on the
I'm
defense?
sorry, it was on the offense.
Okay. Woo! These guys got, it's been a little rough. Yeah, it's been a little rough for the officials here in the last 5 minutes. So Andrus will attempt the extra point, leading
short field goal.
33-13. No, they'll do it on the kickoff. As he'll kick it from the 10. As the kick is up, and it's good. Your Rejoice Christian Eagles now lead the Tonkawa Buccaneers 34-13 with 3:14 remaining in this championship ball game. And I tell you, Mark, he followed Aaron Jacobs, and he's getting all kinds of pats on the back.
Aaron's had a whale of a game.
He has. He has just said, "Follow me. I'll put you on my back, and I'll carry you in if I have to." As we talked about how big some of their guys were. There's not many of them bigger than Aaron Jacobs down there.
Good-sized boy himself. Exactly.
As he just plowed that whole left side, just made away.
The offensive line's just done a great job tonight.
They have. Well, and you look at that. They narrowed this to a one-score ball game
for a bit.
And then the defense bowed up, and then the offense took over from there, said, all right, we appreciate you, boys. We'll go down and answer those 2 scores with 2 scores of our own and now lead 34-13. And we said before the game, we don't think they're going to have to outscore us. I predicted we would score 40. We're a little short, but I also predicted they would score more than that. But our defense has said, you don't have enough confidence in us because we're not going to let them score no 31 points.
Yeah, they played outstanding. Once again, they played outstanding. They had, again, it's a good. Tonkawa's a good team.
Yeah, they are.
They're a good team.
We're just better.
Yeah, we're just better, but they're a good team. They moved the ball up and down, and they were able to score. They got some skilled athletes. They did things right a couple of times through there where they were able to move the ball down the field and score. That's to be expected. That's part of the game. But all in all, though, the defense has just been outstanding once again.
You look across the field and you see visitors kind of starting to spill out and head into the parking lot. You don't see that on the home side of the field as we'll continue to celebrate after that final horn goes off because they now lead by 3 touchdowns with only 3 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in this ball game, folks. And it's been a whale of a ball game. It got exciting there. We got out to a big lead, but then just came right back and able to just take care of business. We'll be having to kick off. So this time we'll see whether or not they'll have Duncan boot it a little further this time.
Yeah, exactly. Make them go the length of the field, or at least as far down there as we possibly can. And again, still the wind is not let up. If anything, it's picked up. So once again, he's kicking it, and he kicked it quite a bit further, a little bit.
And it'll.
I
think he touched it. He touched it.
He touched it.
And they're going to mark it out. It would have been at the 35-yard line, but he went through his hands. Yeah. What a great kickoff. They have to start at the 23. That's one of our best against the wind so far tonight, and we had to kick it off from our own 25-yard line. When you're on the other side, at some point you just say, you know what, when it rains, it pours. And it started pouring here in the last quarter because we just took over here in the last quarter of play.
Yeah, third quarter is definitely, that was Tonkawa's quarter, was the third quarter.
Yeah.
The ball was touched before it went out of bounds, therefore it's first down.
Thank you. But, but from the fourth quarter on, it's been back to Rejoice again. And in fact, this passing game, and it's just not their game.
No. And that's what we were hoping to do. We talked about it before the game. You want to get them – and that was one of your keys. Get them out of their comfort zone. Make them do things that they don't normally do. And one of the things they don't normally do is pass. And so we were able, as the coaches, They're clearing out. They're heading downstairs because they have some celebration to do with 3:08 remaining in the ball game. The Eagles leading 34-13, 2nd and 10 on the incompletion. As back to pass is Johnson. He's looking downfield and he's being pressured. He's looking. They're well covered. He's got some open field now this time, but he's finally pulled down there by Cade Schaefer. After he picks up a first down, he'll have it outside the 35 to about the 37-yard line of their own 37-yard line.
That should start that clock, and they just got the clock started again, so that's good. Even though it picked up a first down there, it's still, in the overall scheme of things, it's not going to help them a whole lot here, it doesn't look like.
Back to pass is Johnson.
So behind, we got flags back here. Why throw the flags now?
Right. But I get, most likely I'm going to guess holding.
Yeah, but so what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Holding.
Unless it's egregious.
10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat, first down.
That'll be a 1st and 20 with that holding. 2:40 remaining in this ballgame. Your Rejoice Christian Eagles are going to do what none of the experts said they would do, and that is repeat here tonight. They picked Tonkawa. They were wrong again.
That's the problem with the experts.
Yeah. They picked Hooker last year. They were wrong. And the Eagles, looks like they're going to come away here with a victory. And that's time it's just going to be a quarterback draw, and he's going upfield. He's going to pick up the penalty yardage plus some as he gets it back outside the 40. Tackled out there by Tristan White and Luke Schaefer. As that will bring up a second down, 14-yard gain, as that'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. Ball on the 42-yard line. You'll have Twins to the right. Clock stop with that out-of-bounds play. Single wide out down to the left of the line. Nobody's left on the Eagle side, folks, as they're going to celebrate like crazy when this one's over. Twins now to the left and right for Johnson. Joined back there by Keith. Waits for the snap. Has it back to pass, looking downfield. He's looking long. The ball is floated up there. And, and it was almost picked off by Luke.
Schaefer, yep.
And then the intended receiver had to turn into a defender and shove him down before he gets the tip drill. Thought he was going to try to tip it to himself.
Yeah, he almost did. I think one not shoved him down there. Luke had a shot at it.
2:26 remaining with the clock stop. Bringing up a 3rd down and 6 now for Tonkawa. You're going to have Twins out to the right side of the line. Single wide out down here on the near side. Keith joining Johnson in the backfield. Johnson in the gun. Waits for the snap. Low snap, and he's got his man out there.
Yep.
And enough for a first down into Eagle territory. That'll take it down to the Eagle 46-yard line. And Mark, I think what they're doing now is just saying we'll go ahead and let you work it down the field, because even if you score here, unless a miracle happens, I'm not going to say it's impossible, highly, highly improbable, as the clock runs with 2:10 remaining in the ball game. Quick pass out here in the flat by Johnson, and
able to tackle it. They're going to call a hold. Why didn't they call it on that one?
Right, yeah. Wasn't sure about that, but nevertheless, enough for another first down as they move it down the field.
That was more of a WWE takedown.
1st and 10. Ball now at the Eagle 35-yard line. They wind the clock. 1:55 remaining in your ball game. As Johnson in the gun, Twins left and right for him. Out here in the flat, incomplete, as that was intended out here on the left-hand side.
Detmer?
That was Ditmer.
Yep. Is that right? Yeah,
Ditmore?
Ditmore. Yeah.
Zero?
No, Ditmore was 0. That was
Alexander.
Alexander, yeah.
So Johnson will have it 2nd and 10. Clock stop with 1:48 remaining in the ball game. Twins to the left and right of the line for Johnson. Back to pass, and he's going to go downfield. Looking down long, and it's out of the reach of his intended receiver. Incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Well covered out there that time. Was that Holt Wilson, I believe, out there on the coverage?
Was that Camion, wasn't it?
Or Camion.
Yeah. I think Camion had a better shot at the ball than the receiver did.
Yeah, I think he did. 3rd and 10, ball at the 35, clock stop with 1:41 remaining in your ball game. Eagles 35-yard line. Johnson waiting for the snap, back to pass, looking over, looking at the field, and he's being rushed out of the pocket, and he's going to be sacked. What a response. I mean, you wouldn't think anything less as Max Eichmann in on the sack. Yeah, and he is pumped, getting the crowd pumped, as that's going to be a loss of 4 yards.
Tonkawa.
Tonkawa will take their
second charge timeout.
Second timeout, a minute and a half remaining in the ball game. And, Mark, I mean, what can you say about this Eagle team that we haven't already said? I mean, they showed up tonight, showed up in the first half.
Yep.
The third quarter, they kind of, I think they probably relaxed. Just I mean, that's what we always say, kind of relaxed. And then, boy, and in the fourth quarter, they just turned it on. The end of the third quarter and then fourth quarter play, they just took over.
Yeah, absolutely. And once again, this defense is just they have just absolutely been such a huge part of the success of this team. And I just can't believe how good these guys have been playing, and how they just continue to get better throughout those last several games of the season.
Well, and they told us right at the first of the season that, several people that were familiar with the ball team and everything said,
Please put 1:32 on the clock.
Oh, give them that other
1:32.
Yeah. But several people said, I think this team's better. We just won the state championship the previous year, and several people made the comments, I think this team may be better than last year's team overall.
I think better's kind of a hard word to define. I think they probably have more weapons.
Yeah.
Up and down the line than the previous teams.
But
did.
I mean, this defense, they're just so good.
Just
Back
so
to pass is Johnson looking downfield. He's going for it all, and he overshoots everybody. So this defense holds again, and the Eagles will take over and be able to kneel down. They are going to be your 2025 Class A1 state champions, as Tonkawa can only stop the clock one more time, as the Eagles will take over on that defensive stand, on that turnover on downs, on that big sack by Eichmann. And they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 39. And again, like I say, minute 26 remaining in the ball game. They should be able to take the snap. Well, they'll have to take this one, but they should be able to kneel. There should be enough time where they can kneel and take out the clock, as Noah still running hard, as he'll pick up 5 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 5 as he carries it out to the 44 as the clock continues to run. 1:10 left on your game clock, 30 seconds on the play clock. So it should be down about 40 seconds by the time they snap this ball.
I see a group of guys down here getting a Gatorade jug ready to go.
Yes,
what do you suppose that's for?
Someone's getting a bath.
At least it's not that cold out there.
Yeah, and I don't think even if it was, he minds getting a bath. He likes the blue stuff. We're talking Gatorade, as the Eagles, Camion will take it and kneel, and I think they're going to throw up the white flag on the Buccaneer side. They'll have to do it one more time as the clock runs down below 35 seconds, and the Eagles leading, and there's the bath right there. Gets a soaking. He's going to smell so nice and Gatorade-ish. Sticky as the Eagles lead 34-13, 20 seconds remaining. Kneel one more time, Camion. Let's put this one in the books. And we have earned ourselves back-to-back state champions.
That's it.
3, 2, 1, 0. Folks, there are your 2025 Class A1 state champions, your Rejoice Christian Eagles. They've repeated, and they are the 2025 champions. 2nd year in a row, state champions again. They came into this year with a target on their back all year long, and all of the so-called experts said that Tonka was going to win, but your Eagles made believers out of the doubters again this year by defeating the Tonkawa Buccaneers for the 2025 championship 34-13, and they're going to take home that gold ball once again this year. Mark, it's this part of it obviously never gets old.
No.
I like being up here because that just means you're playing for a state championship, which is exactly what we did here tonight as the Eagles, as we see all the handshakes on the field, and then they'll go ahead and set up for the trophy presentation. Like I said earlier, we don't like the color silver. We like the color gold, and that's why it's in our colors, blue and gold, and we're taking home the gold ball again this year.
Fantastic. Great job all the way around. Great job on coaching staff. It's been a wonderful season, actually, when you think about it. It's just been a very blessed season, but also it's been a very successful season all the way from the first game on. And I loved once again dealing with being able to work. I hate to call it even work. Being able to be around these young men and the way that they bring themselves out in the field, the way they act on the field, the way they take care of things outside of the field. And this coaching staff has been a great experience for me, and I know for you too, throughout the year. And it's just been once again, just like last year, it's just a great way to end the season, obviously, with a win like this. But I'm super happy for the seniors too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they go out, with a fantastic win like this and just be so successful. It's a good feeling, that's for sure.
Well, absolutely. As we see the Eagles down there celebrating this championship, especially, it's always special for the seniors as they go out with 2 gold balls.
2 gold balls.
And 2 rings, state championship rings. And so, again, just an absolute great year for this squad. As once you lost a lot of good seniors from last year, and thinking, man, how can you say you're better, or how can you reload? And that's exactly what they did. And Mark, a lot of that also has to do with a great coaching staff.
Exactly.
This just doesn't happen without a great coaching staff.
No, I mean they're fantastic coaches, but they're even better men. And I think that's proven by the way that everybody performs.
And they lead these guys to not think that they'll preach it over and over. Guys, this is not going to define you. Whether you win or lose,
we're playing a football game.
And whether you're 40 years old or 50 years old, they'll say, "Oh yeah, that was nice, but what are you doing now?" And they preach life into these guys.
Yep.
They just give their lives for these guys, and they teach them that all the time as far as what's really important. And that's their lives. That's their lives with Jesus Christ. And these guys do a great job of, you don't see it out here tonight because it's a little bit different circumstance.
It's still going on. Even though the team meetings are going on,
you still got guys praying.
In the middle. Exactly.
Right there. Yeah, you got guys down here praying right now. And that's our favorite part of the entire game is at the end where they're praying. Well, join us next week at Buffalo Wild Wings. We'll find out when that's going to be in Owasso as we wrap up the season on the Rejoice Christian Eagles Coaches Show. We had about 75 to 100 people up there last week, or this week, Tuesday night.
This was a couple
nights ago. So you need to get there early and get your seat. This one's going to be fun, and you don't want to miss it as the Eagles celebrate their 34-13 victory over the Tonkawa Buccaneers for the 2025 state championship. And we'd like to say thank you for joining us here tonight and all year long. We want to thank our sponsors who make all of this possible. I mean, we love bringing you all of the action, and we feel very blessed to be a part of this program, but it's those guys who make it possible. For Mike McNamer providing us with the stats all year, our camera crew, Tyler Witten and Mason Klebert, and our fantastic engineer that continues to make this one of the best high school broadcasts in the state, and, of course, my wingman who does a great job with bringing you the color with his knowledge and his insight of the ball game. Wouldn't want to do this without him or with any other person. I'm Bill Bush, for the last time this year, saying good night, God bless, and go Eagles!